for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah. What's up? This our boy Coach Malachi Williams in the building. We back. New Minute Today, USA Boxing, man. We are back. Yes, sir. What the day is? Today Tuesday? I think the day Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I lose track of the days sometimes. You know what I mean? Lose track of the days sometimes. Yes, sir. Looking forward to having this Marvin Hagler show. I think we're gonna try to do it by Thursday. Wait till either tomorrow or Thursday. So I got to get in contact with my brother Blood, get him on here, man, and I'm looking forward to having that show. Yes, sir, I am. Anyways, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. And we're gonna have a damn good show today. I got some shit I need to address. The only reason I want to address it is because I saw a recent interview about Canelo Alvarez he did with ES Sports, ES News, Ellie slob on my knob, suck back. I'm sorry about this. I ain't mean to say that. No shade while throwing shade. But Ellie, I get on my knees. Setback. And Canelo is speaking English a lot better. It was very interesting because the only reason I wanted to talk about it was because I'm like, damn, I was saying the same shit that he's saying. I don't know if he's watching my channel or if he's watching other content creators' channel who's been saying the same stuff. You know what I mean? That these guys, why they won't fight each other, why they gotta wait on him and stuff like that, and yada 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 yada. And depending on what side of the fence you're on with this, if you're not on the side of boxing, if you're just on the side of narratives, then I get what you're saying. And if you're on the side of narratives, it's always going to be something. As I tell you guys before, doesn't matter if a person doesn't like you. There's nothing that you're going to do to make them like you. You know what I mean? There's always going to be the moving of the goalposts. There's always going to be something, right? When you're dealing with low IQ, victimhood mentality, individuals, it just is what it is. That's just what you're going to get out of them. No matter who it is, no matter what race, nationality it is, you're always going to have low IQ, victimhood mentality, complaining, whining, bitching, moaning. It's ridiculous at this point. It's ridiculous, especially now in 2022. You get what I'm saying? But anyways, let's do this, man. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. I don't burnt a couple. I'm kind of tired, to be honest with you guys, because I had a hard workout today, a really, really hard workout. I did back. And did some leg presses, and then I stayed in the sauna for like 25 minutes. And that shit got me drained. So, but we're gonna push through. We're gonna talk some shit. You know how we do it. Let's give everybody a round of applause. Let's give everybody a round of applause. You see what I'm saying? And let's get into the show. Shout out to the Queen, Bless 365. Shout out to my main man Cassidy. Shout out to Tony Boswell. Salute to Troy Graham, AV Sounds. Shout out to George H, Alex Corona, Kathy W. Salute to you, Dean West, Jim 82, Dragon Leg, 2 Matador, CB3, Miguel Charco, Karma Serene, salute to the Queen, Karma Serene. Shout out to Juan Corrillo, Arnold Moketsi, my main man Magic Key Boxing here in the Old Town, right down the street from the boy, in the FLA. Shout out to Jay Miller, salute to my brother. Shout out to Big Will Sargent, and what's going on to you and your platoon over there in Ukraine. Shout out to here to there. Salute to True Gritter 402. Shout out to Malcolm Roach. Shout out to my brother from Texas, man. Shout out to Hell Hero Elite. Salute to Jay Rodriguez. Fuller Bar, what's happening, bro? Philo 58. Ralph Reacts. My main man from DC. What's up, Slim? Ron Boyd Fresh. Shout out to Dante Starnes. Shout out to my brother, man, Big Ronald Finkley. Salute to Charles N. Chick, my main man from LA. Shout out to Hector Garcia. My main man from B More, Damian Bennett. Lonnie Laughlin, what the lick read. Shout out to the Queen of Green Eyes P. Salute to Charco, my brother Charco. Sorry about that. My brother Charlo. Salute to my brother Charlo. I'm looking at Charco. Sorry about that, fam. Shout out to Ahmed. My main man, shout out to Jack Waratama. Salute to Knockdown 305, man. Dade County representing in the house. Shout out to Thomas Jones. Shout out to Jason Dockery. The Queen Fistiana Fights. Yes. Shout out to the Queen Misfit. Shout out to my main man, my brother right here in the FLA with me, Retro Boxing and Documentaries. Salute to my brother from the ATL, Mark Mother Nash. Salute to Schoolo X-Man, Rider of the Storm, Carl Hansen from Down Under, Philly Fly from London, Adrian Big 30. Shout out to the Queen Bless 365 from the West Coast. I ain't throwing up no gang sign. I just did. The W stood for Watts before it stood for West Coast. That's a little history lesson for all you guys who don't know about the W. That shit was so irrelevant. Shout out to Paul Evans. Shout out to shout out to Mr. Pads. Salute to the Queen Arlette. Shout out to the Queen Lisa Bales from Jersey. Shout out to my main man James Brown. My brother Smith and West from Detroit, and Punch Perfect Boxing. Let's get into this and let's talk that shit today. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button. If you're old to the channel, hit the like button, man. The likes are looking shorter than a midget on his knees right now. Not short, but shorter than a midget on his knees. Shout. That's how we say it in Florida. Shout. You know what I mean? Yeah. What's up, shout? But that money shout, boy. But you shout on that money. Hey, that's shorter than short. You know, hey, that's shorter than short. Hey, you know what I mean? Yeah, boy, that paper looking kind of short there, boy. Hey, you looking kind of short, boy. You feel me? Hey, man. Anyways, let's get into this shit. Let's get into. We really don't like doing this shit. To be honest with you, I really don't like doing it. You see what I'm saying? So, I will say this. In my opinion, guys, and I gotta hold on. I'll be honest with you guys. In my opinion, man, I told you guys before, I dropped a video last year and I talked about how sitting around waiting on one fighter and why these other fighters won't make their own lane, and you know what I mean? And then you get the comeback. You got the people who will say, "Oh man, well, how come he ain't doing this and how come he ain't doing that?" You know, like my thing is this. I was always raised like this. If you don't like somebody, don't fuck with them. It's simple. But in sports, it's not that simple, right? If you feel a certain type of way about an individual and you think that they are this and that and that and this, don't deal with them. Don't deal with them. You know what I mean? Just continue. So the question I have is this. Some of these guys who like to sit around and wait on one guy. What I wanted to ask was, what are their goals in their career? Shout out to Ishmael. Ishmael, what's going on, fam? Hey, for dropping that half for bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Ishmael said, "What up, Coach, man? What's up with your fam?" He says, love your show, sir. Yes, I appreciate that. I appreciate that, my brother. He said, "I want a Canelo payday also. I would like one also, but he's ducking me. And I think that'd be a good fight with me and Canelo because he undisputed, I'm undisputed. You know what I mean? I get to show the belts. You know what I mean? And one thing I like to say about me, over here, newbies today, USA Boxing, we even motivate the greats.
We did it first, and we motivate even the greats."
You see what I'm saying? We motivate even the greats. You see what I'm saying? You feel me? So yeah, man. But that's what we do over here. Now, as I said before, certain fighters in today's boxing, in my opinion, they want to be Canelo without putting in the work. And the question I have is why. I'm gonna tell you what I mean by that. Now I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna argue it from both sides because I've been receiving a lot of stuff today. I'm looking at my phone right now. I've been receiving some stuff. As a matter of fact, let me go over here. Now let me go over here. As a matter of fact, we're gonna take it a step further today. Let's go over here and look at the comments. Well, I've been getting some comments about this title. Now you guys know me. When I come up with my titles, my headlines, and people automatically jump out of the window when they see the headline. They see the title, right? They jump out the window and they think they know what the content is going to be about. And I guess I understand. I get it. But they automatically prejudge the content before the content has an opportunity to present itself, right? And at 3:00 Eastern Standard Time. So, if you don't give the guy the opportunity, you see what I'm saying, to allow the content to present itself, then you automatically do what I call jumping out the window without even knowing, tasting the Kool-Aid and don't know what the flavor is, sticking your hand all in it, whatever, the old school shit. You know what I mean? And it's not fair. It's not fair. Okay. But that's okay. Let's continue though. Now, certain fighters, in my opinion, in today, they want to, they want to be Canelo without putting in the work. And what I mean by that is, not necessarily want to beat him, but I mean, they want the success. They want the accolades. Of course, they want the money, but they don't want to do any of the things that it take in order to be that. Their plan is predicated around fighting one guy. You see what I'm saying? And in boxing, you have a plethora of fighters in the sport of boxing, especially in each weight division. What I did notice was in the light heavyweight division, I didn't see Dimitri Bivol. I didn't see Joe Smith. I didn't see what the other dude named Baturiev. Some people we call him Benavidez or Baturiev, however you want to pronounce it. I didn't see them saying, you know, we ain't gonna do no fighting. We just gonna sit around and wait and hope that, you know, Canelo moves up and then we can get a shot at him. Like the Bivol was still fighting. Joe Smith fought. Bivol fought. They wasn't doing that. But some other fighters, they, you know, in other divisions, I'm not going to say any names, in other divisions, and their fan base, they feel like, hey man, you know, this guy that we don't like, that we feel some type of way about, you know, he should be fighting my guy, and then they hold him to a criteria different from how they hold their guy. You see what I'm saying? And I just, you know, there's no objectivity. You see what I'm saying? And that's the problem that I have with the double standards. And I always say, if these guys did not have double standards, they wouldn't have one at all. If you didn't have a double standard, you wouldn't what? You wouldn't have one at all. So let's look at it from both ways. I want to address the critics, because I'm looking at it right here. I want to address what the critics are saying. We got to address that. They have a voice too, whether you like it or not. The critics have a voice too, right? So we got to address what the critics are saying, and then we got to come with the counter, and then vice versa. And I'm going to just throw it out there and just let the people decide at the end of the day, okay? You know, and that's it. That's all I want to do. But I did love the interview that Canelo did. I love the fact that he's speaking English a lot better now. And I think that if he did learn how to speak English a little bit more, he would become even more of a crossover appeal right here in America. So I think that's a good thing. He should have been done it, to be honest with you, but I think that's a good thing. As it relates to the other pieces on the chessboard, meaning other fighters in different other weight divisions, you know, boxing is like a game of chess. You're on the chessboard and you got to figure out ways you got to make certain moves at the right time in order to put yourself in the best position possible to get the type of fights that you want, to make the kind of money that you want, or whatever your goals may be. I think it's clear what Canelo goals is. You know, I don't know what the other fighters' goals are in life, you see, as it relates to boxing. So let's break all of that down as possible, right? Now, Canelo did a recent interview with ES News, aka Ellie. I'm gonna be respectful. Ellie Setback. You know what I mean? Where he spoke about how he's fighting back to back undefeated champions, and how Charlo, Andrade, and Benavidez are still sitting on their hands waiting on him for a payday. I have the receipts. Right? I have the receipts, right? This is what he said. Basically, this is what he said, right? And to make matters worse, these fighters won't even fight each other. Now, let me defend Andrade off the ripper. Andrade has been trying to fight Jamal Charlo. Jamal Charlo said he didn't want to fight him. So now I don't know what happened with Andrade and Daniel Jacobs. I know that Andrade was trying to fight Triple G. Triple G didn't want to fight him. Canelo said he was a horrible fighter. So, you know, so he's been going through the motions with that in defense of him. Now everybody outside of him, hey man, I don't know what to say. You see what I'm saying? And this is just being as honest and objective as possible. Not fanboy, none of that shit. I'm just calling it the way I see it, right? Now, these fighters won't even fight each other. Some would say that it seems that some of these fighters are ducking each other. Some of these fighters who are sitting on their hands to fight Canelo, you know, some people are saying that these fighters are ducking each other while waiting on Canelo. So it's a matter of duck, duck, goose going on, right? Now, if you're new to the channel, hit the like button. If you're old to the channel, hit the like button. If you forgot to hit the like button, hit the like button, okay? Now, because I want to open up these phone lines and I want to talk. I want to talk to the people, because this show is for the people, by the people, other people. This is for the people who don't like the show. They didn't like the show. I don't know why they ass be over here every goddamn day. But they'll come over here, and some of them would even call, but they don't like the old boy. I think they really like the old boy. You know what I mean? They really like me on the low. On the low, they really like me, but they love to hate me as well, but they just can't get enough of us over here at New Media Today USA Boxing. Really, though.
You just sit here, you don't know what I'm talking about?
Now, let's continue now. Canelo said that he would love to see Benavidez and Charlo and Benavidez Charlo and my brother, my main man name, Andrade, he said he would love to see all of them fight each other instead of waiting on him. Now, as you guys know, if you've been following me for a while, this is all I have been saying. I say, listen, man, you got to stop chasing this one dude. Boxing is bigger than one guy. Listen, we can continue to grow the sport by making our weight class popping, by putting on competitive fights. It's not like he's the only talented fighter in boxing. This is one guy. One guy, you know what I mean? And I know you want him to fight everybody. He got to fight, Piccolo, Bam Bam Bigelow. He got to fight DMX, RP to the dog, Busta Rhymes. He got to fight doggone Godzilla, Gamma Rock, Mothra. He got to fight Bumblebee, Megatron, Optimus Prime, the Dinobots, Grimlock, Decepticons, Autobot. You know what I mean? He got to fight all these different people. You know what I mean? I get all of that, right? And I'm like, okay, goddamn, this shit ain't really making no sense to me because I see you want him to do all of this stuff there. And I'm like, hey, man, I ain't got no problem with him doing all of that. But what are these guys are going to do while he's doing that? You see what I'm saying? Like, you should say, I want to see all of these guys fight each other. You know what I mean? So I get it. I understand. I get it, but that's okay. That's okay. Now, I want to address this interview, though. Then we're going to talk about this Tyson Fury and Dillian White weigh-in and all that shit there. That shit ain't really nothing to talk about for me. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, ain't really nothing shit to talk about. Dillian White wasn't there, so. But what I did like what Canelo said is this. He said that many fighters want to fight me. And he said he understand that. They want to get paid. He understand that. And he said, but they do have plenty of options. So these other fighters who want to fight him, they have plenty of options. This is all I've been saying. Dude, Canelo's not your only option. And just because you don't fight him now doesn't mean you won't fight him a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, or whatever, right? But instead of sitting around waiting, why don't you fight other competitive fights, you know what I mean, in order to keep yourself busy, active, and when that time does come, you know what I mean, you might get your shot. If you get it, if you don't get it, I don't know. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't tell another man what to do. I just want to see the great fights. You know what I mean? That's all I give a damn about, seeing the great fight. What I didn't like was, you kind of, you make yourself, you put yourself in a weak position when it seemed like that you begging a guy who you guys supposed to hate so much. Fuck you. I'm finna go ahead and, I'm finna go ahead and do my thing. I'm finna go ahead and do my thing, and then wherever the cards fall, where they made it, so be it. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to wait, because while you're waiting, this guy's still being active. He's fighting on the regular, and you sitting around, clubbing, partying, flicking it up for the gram, getting drunk, stuff like that, and that's not going to help you accomplish. Now, I will say this though. Some of these fighters, they may not have the goals that Andre Ward had, or Floyd Mayweather had, or a Canelo Alvarez have right now. They may not have those goals. Their goals may not be to become unified or undisputed or fight everybody in their division. That may not be their goal. Their goal may be, hey, we're just going to wait to fight this one guy. And it does seem like that's these guys' goal. You know what I mean? It does seem like that's what they want. You see what I'm saying? So, now, as I said before, right here, this is what Canelo was saying. Now, these fighters don't believe in creating their own legacy. You see what I'm saying? What they don't understand, and this is what I'm saying right here. What they don't understand is this, is that paydays in boxing are earned, not given. Now, I know what some of you are saying. Oh, man, well, what this guy deserved to do to get a payday, and why he did this, why he did that. I understand what the critics are saying, but my thing is this here. Whether you agree with what someone else is doing or not, that's one thing. But instead of sitting around waiting and saying, well, why he did this and why he did that, why don't you focus on what you need to be doing? Because if you feel like this guy doesn't want to fight you, then he doesn't want to fight you, if that's what you feel. But what's the point? Like, how are you going to accomplish the goal while bitching, moaning, complaining, crying? Bitching, moaning, complaining, crying. Like, what is that going to do? And when you made it obvious that you don't like the guy anyway, so that tells me that, hey, listen, man, if you don't like the guy, there's nothing that he can do to make you like him in the first place. Bam, that blow up the whole narrative right there. You see what I'm saying? And I understand. I get it. Now, Floyd Mayweather, though, this is what I will say. Now, critics of Canelo say that they don't like the fact that Canelo can pick and choose who he wants to fight. That's what they say. We don't like the fact that Canelo can pick and choose when he wants to fight. You know what I mean? They say they don't like that, while ignoring the fact that Floyd Mayweather did the same thing. Yeah, it's the truth. It's the truth. They ignore the fact that the same thing they don't like about Canelo, him picking and choosing, and he ain't fighting the fighters that we want him to fight. Floyd Mayweather did the exact same thing. You want to know how do I know? Floyd Mayweather said it. And let's continue. And I got the receipts. I got the receipts. I got the receipts. Floyd even admitted that years ago that Canelo was the face of boxing. So this is probably why he's getting all of this attention. He admitted it years ago. How do I know? I have the receipts and I'm gonna show it to you. Floyd even admitted that when he was boxing, he cherry-picked who he wanted to fight, just like the Canelo haters are saying that Canelo was doing right now. How do I know, coach? I have the receipt. I have the receipts. I'm gonna show it to you, right? But the fact of the matter is this: the lack of work ethic is the reason why, in my humble opinion, guys, that these fighters are not getting the accolades that they feel that they deserve. They hardly fight. If you hate Canelo, that's fine. I have no problem with that. It ain't my job to try to make you feel any type of way. Doesn't matter to me, right? Now, as I said before in the past, I would love to get on the I Hate Canelo Alvarez train with all of you Canelo haters. I would love to do that, right? All of you Canelo hating YouTube channels, I would love to get on that train with you guys, right? But every time I look at your favorite fighter's resume, that guy who you said that is being ducked by Canelo, I see nothing but bums after bums and cherry picks after cherry picks. I see bums, low-level competition, inactivity, and non-unification fights when I look at your fight. I see bums, low-level competition, inactivity, and non-unification fights. This is what I'm saying. True, true, true. Until these fighters decide to stop waiting around on one guy, one fighter, to get a payday and start fighting each other, they will always be sitting around complaining, bitching, and moaning. Boxing is bigger than one fighter. I've been saying this shit, and it seemed like the more I say it, the dumber I get. Boxing is bigger than one fighter, and it always has been. It's always has been bigger than one fighter. Now, of course, there's always some fighters that's the biggest stars, but it's bigger than one fighter. Because it's not like when that big star in boxing, when he doesn't fight, the whole boxing world just stopped. Nobody does anything. You still have great fights in other different weight divisions, right? You see what I'm saying? Now, as I said before, I feel like create your own legacy, you know what I mean, by making legacy-defining fights, and you will be remembered with some of the greats. And that's how you get known with fighting some of the greats. This is how you get known, by being remembered with some of the greats based on the competition that you have, that you fought. You see what I'm saying? It's, the boxing is bigger than one guy. Marvin Hagler, shit, he fought 50 motherfuckers before he got a shot at the title. Hagler wasn't sitting around like, oh man, I want to fight this champion, but goddamn, I'm gonna fight one time this year and one time another year, and then I'm gonna fight a cab driver over there and this and that. I ain't gonna, he said, no, I'm gonna just keep fighting. I'm gonna beat everybody they put in front of me until I get my shot. And when he got his shot, he got robbed. But then he ended up getting his shot again, and ta-da. As you know it, he's amongst the legends. RIP to the marvelous one, man. You see what I'm saying? Now, let's break down this interview, guys. Let's break down this interview to see if what Canelo said is cap or not. Do you believe it's cap what he's saying or not? Let's just see. Let's break it down. Let's just break it down. Let's see. He said Benavidez versus Charlo, Triple G versus Andrade. Bam. Okay. Kid Billy, what you say, fam? He said, you think Hearn would have offered Canelo $50 million to fight Boo Boo? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like it's like me trying to figure out what I think a promoter would do, what they would have offered. I don't know, my brother. I don't know. You see what I'm saying? If you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit the like button. We got less. I want to open up the phone lines. We need 200 likes. We need 200 likes for me to open up the phone line. So we shorter than 100 right now. Let's continue. Shout out to the LRN for dropping that half a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy!
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, you're absolutely right, coach. I'm just trying to figure it out. That's all I'm saying. So now, good news is I'm hearing that a rumor has it that Jamal Charlo and him and Caleb Plant are in strong negotiations to fight each other. I think that's good. That means Jamal Charlo has changed his mind about staying at 160 and that Canelo will have to come down to 160 to fight him. How do I know that he said that? I have the receipt.
I'm sorry?
160 is my weight division. I want to unify. I want to get Golovkin in the ring. I want to bring him to Houston. You know what I'm saying? I want to get Canelo out here to Houston. If they really to come down to 160, this is my weight division.
Now I understand. Now if he's going to fight Caleb Plant is not going to come down to 160. Then that means Jamal Charlo is going to leave his belt behind, the WBC middleweight title, and move up to super middleweight. And I think that's a start. move up to super middleweight, and you got a whole lot of smoke up there. You got PBC fighter Caleb Plant, and you got PBC fighter David Benavidez that you can fight as well. You see what I'm saying? So that's all it is. That's all it is. Here you go. Here you go. Let's continue. What you say, brother? Mario Gonzalez says some rumors out there saying that Canelo versus Andrade is in December. You heard what you said, brother? Some rumors. I don't know what are there any validity to those rumors, sir? But those are rumors, and I don't know. I don't know where that come from. Right now, let's look at. I got something I want to say. Let's look at what some of the critics are saying, right? Because I want to give the critics the benefit of the doubt. Michael, what you say, fam? You say Champ Side is live crying because Canelo said these fighters need to fight each other. I totally agree with that. As a matter of fact, let's go. What you're gonna have to explain to me is this: for those who say Canelo is ducking this fighter and he's afraid of that fighter, he's shaking like booty meat, but you don't want to move on and fight the other best competition out there. They don't want to fight each other. If you know what you're gonna see when you tell me that. When you tell me that a guy is afraid of another fighter, as I told you guys this before, and I got to break this shit down as slow as I possibly can. He's afraid of this one guy that's at 160 pounds. We're talking about right now, 2022. He's afraid of this one guy that's at 160 pounds, right? He's afraid of him, shaking like booty meat, right? And when I look at you, so you're telling me a guy who's fought 19 champions. When he fights Bivol, I think this is going to be his 19th champion that he's fought. And this is going to be his 7th or 8th undefeated champion that he's fought. You're telling me that guy who's fought 19 champions and 7 undefeated fighters, you're telling me that guy is afraid of a guy at 160 that has literally fought nobody since he's been at 160. Like make it make sense. You know what I mean? Like that's when I try to even jump on the Canelo hating bandwagon, I come back to 19 champions he's fought. Like Floyd did 26 champions, 19 champions he's fought, and 7 or 8 of them or something like 7 of them were undefeated. You get what I'm saying? I'm like, God damn, shit. And then when I look at the other dude, I'm seeing Dennis Hogan's. And I ain't saying Canelo fought all killers. I ain't saying that. But I'm saying, but the argument is I'm saying this like Dennis Hogan's, tooth and nail with Juan Montiel's and, Hoghead Cheese, Hobo Sam, Shout at Big Nuts. I'm like, God damn, what with 19 champions, 7 undefeated? I'm trying to. You get what I'm saying? Like, I got a GED. Guys. So maybe I need a master's degree to understand this. Maybe I need to learn trigonometry. Maybe I need to be an astrophysicist to try to figure this stuff out because my 7-ounce brain is having trouble figuring this out. 19 champions, 7 undefeated champions, undisputed, but I'm afraid of this guy. Okay, that's all. That's all. That's all I'm saying. And then those guys won't even fight each other. They won't even fight each other. So I'm trying to figure it out. That's all. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm not the sharpest butter knife in the kitchen, guys, so bear with me. Not the sharpest butter knife in the kitchen. So let's hear what Canelo had to say about that. That kind of caught me. It kind of threw me for a loop. We will be talking about Tyson Fury and the press conference. We'll talk about that for like 3 minutes. Because we know Dillian White didn't show up, so he really ain't nothing to talk about because the man didn't show up. So fuck it. It is what it is. But hold on, guys. Let me see. Can I pull it up? Let's see. Where's Ellie Wet? Let's see. Shit. I don't know how I feel about Ellie. I ain't not the biggest Ellie. Some say you are Ellie setback hater. I don't really hate him. It's just that, But anyway, I don't want to make this about him. Let's go ahead and let me go ahead and refresh that right quick. Let's go ahead and refresh that right quick. Right. So I'm trying to refresh it because I want you guys to. All right, there we go. All right, there we go. I want you guys to hear this. Now, I do not own the rights to this material. This is for educational purposes only. I just want you guys to listen to this, right? This is the actual video. Sorry about that, guys. This is the actual video. This is y'all go support Ellie. Y'all go support Ellie. He been working hard. He been putting in work. This is the actual video right here. It's an exclusive Canelo interview. This is it right here. That's the source right there. Y'all go look that up. Look that up right quick, okay? Shout out to Alex Corona.
I'm sorry?
160 is my weight division.
I want to unify.
I want to get Golovkin in the ring. I want to bring him to Houston. You know what I'm saying? I want to get Canelo out here to Houston. If they really to come down to 160, this is my weight division.
Shout out to Alex Corona. For dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Oh man, he does not saying Canelo is fighting a European rock band when their fighters are fighting. He say when their fighters are fighting that band groupies. That's all I'm saying. I'm trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? My GED ain't don't take me that far. Shout out to LRN for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
My brother said, what's your prediction, Canelo Bivol, coach? I'm going to be perfectly honest with you as unbiased as possible. That's a 50-50 fight. That's a 50-50 fight. If Canelo can impose his will on Bivol and walk him down and make it an inside fight, break him down with body shots, which he, and we know that motherfucker hit hard. Now, once he get in there, he hit hard. If he can do that, it's going to be, I see a late stoppage maybe. You know what I mean? But Bivol is, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I think the Bivol fighters will be, well, it's kind of hard to say that the Bivol fight will be harder than a Charlo fight. When people keep talking about Charlo, I'm like, Charlo is a middleweight. He's at 160. He hasn't even moved up. At least Andrade moved up. We know Andrade has moved up, but he's a middleweight. So I don't know, when people say, well, he'll be the tougher competition. I'm like, what are you basing that on? As a matter of fact, I also got your favorite YouTube channel that you guys love so much, Dante's Boxing Nation. I know you guys love all you Canelo fans. I know you love Dante. Him and Aki TV, those are your favorite YouTube channels. Shout out to Edward Cruz for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Let's see. He said, I think they gave Ryder the win over Jacobs because they're trying to lure Canelo to fight in the UK. I think Canelo's third fight in December. Okay. This brother here, he says, Charlo is a champ, so how he ain't put in the work? Yes, he put in the work to become a champ, but the double argument to that is this. Some of these guys are saying that, okay, Canelo ain't fighting nobody. He's fighting Euro bombs. Billy Joe Saunders was the champion last I checked. Carlos Smith was the champion last I checked. So he was a champ. So those guys put in the work. But when it comes to those guys, they're Euro bombs. He ain't fought nobody. But then when it comes to Charlo, he's a champ. He put in the work. So there's a double standard there. And then I'm looking at the activity as well. So that's all I'm saying, my brother. That's how I look at that. I'm not saying he is a champion. You see what I'm saying? And this brother said it was a dumb statement. And it's fine, my brother. It's fine. If you don't like the content, brother, you can always leave. Just understand that. We don't do no D-riding for subscribers over here, brother. We don't. So if you don't like it, that's fine. You voice your opinion. If you want to leave, leave. That's all I gotta say. But that's cool. That's cool. Now let's continue. Now let's hear what.
We don't know. Maybe.
Let's go right here.
But if you're very excited for May 7,
So this is.
You can make history in 4 months. You could become undisputed 175. Everything goes with Bivol, and you have to respect him. He's a champion. And then let's say you fight the winner of.
All right, this is Ellie said that. I'm going to get to the point where he's talking about the champion.
But if you did pull it off, that would be incredible.
Yeah. So this Ellie sat back, kissing up like he normally do. He ain't got no problem kissing no ass. Now, he's a professional ass kisser. You can believe that. Now let's continue.
And not only that, you know what else is amazing, Canelo? For a fighter, an athlete, NBA, NFL, 160 million is for 10 years, not for like 6 months. So
he's talking about the man money. He got a 3-fight deal on the table, $160 million. That's a lot of goddamn money, boy. God damn, that's a lot of goddamn money. So $160 million, and a lot of people feeling some type of way about that. They mad, they 38 hot, and I get it. I understand. Trust me, I get it. Let's go.
Crazy, yeah.
It's insane, but you guys know what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's funny. Everybody's an expert.
That's a thing. We know what we're doing, right? And and keep fight the best. So that's the difference. The money come alone. So you just need to put your mind in a goal like this.
Let's see. This what the brother say. He said, "Why didn't he go undisputed at 160?" I have no idea, my brother. I guess the same reason why Jamal Charlo is not going undisputed at 160. I don't know. You know what I mean? The same reason why Jacobs, or the same reason why Triple G or whoever didn't go undisputed at 160. So I don't know. You know, we probably have to ask him that. You know what I mean? Maybe you can send him a message to ask him. You know what I mean? But that's it though. Let's continue though.
We have the fight with Vivo. He's a champion. He's undefeated. One of the best champions in that division, right? Number two.
Yep.
And number two.
WBA champion.
So, and still.
So he's saying that, hey, they fighting Bivol. You know, he's a champion, undefeated. You know, he's one of the best in that division. He's like number 2 behind Beterbiev, of course. And, you know, he's fighting an undefeated champion. And some people, bro, so, you know, I get what you're saying, but I'm telling you, the dude, Bivol, the dude can fight. That guy can fight. This ain't no fucking cakewalk. I'm telling you, this ain't going to be no Caleb Plant shit. Well, Caleb Plant did pretty good. He did better than I thought he was going to do. So no shade on Caleb Plant. But, you know, I'm telling you, that dude can fight, dog. That dude can fight. And he's at a heavier weight class. Jamal Charlo, well, Benavidez will be another good fight. I want to see Canelo fight as well. I want to see that fight. I definitely want to see that Benavidez fight. As long as he can continue to make the weight, I definitely want to see that fight. Charlo are probably going to have to move up. You know what I mean? He's still at middleweight, so it is what it is. But I don't know. But it's something very interesting that he said, and I've been saying this for a minute now. I've been saying this shit for a minute now. Shout out to LRN for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He says Bud Crawford can move up to 154 and face the winner of Jamel. Sorry about Jamel, a Castagna winner, and possibly be undisputed again. I mean, yeah, it's a possibility he can move up to that, because the way the WBO rolls, when you move up, if you're the super champion, when you move up, you automatically become the number 1 guy to fight for the belt. You know what I mean? So both of these guys ain't nothing to play with, though. Castagna and Jamel ain't nothing to play with. You know, Jamel is one of my favorite fighters. So that dude right there is a monster. Jamel Charlo is a monster. You know, but we'll see how that work out. But let's continue though. Let's continue.
Making history. So that's a thing. Just name one fighter who go up and then go down and fight in different weight class. And
so he's just saying, you know, just name one fighter that's doing what he's doing, you know, go up, then go down, fight different weight classes and stuff like that. Now, we are going to address the Canelo critics and the Canelo haters. We're going to address that. I have no problem with that, because we got to be fair and objective and try to see things from their point of view. And let's look at that. We're going to look at that, but he's making a case for himself. Say, hey man, name one guy who's doing what I'm doing. You know,
fight the best.
Canelo Alvarez. That's it. Nobody.
so they're saying nobody's in boxing is currently doing exactly what he's doing right now. That's what he's saying. Let's see. We need 200 likes. I want to open up these phone lines. Yeah, we got over 300 people in here. We got less than 200 likes. So once we get to 200 likes, let everybody call in, say what they gotta say, and make their piece.
We only want to make history, and we prove that, right?
The good part is also you have so many options. You have like 50 people you can fight, and they're all good fights. But guess what? When they fight you, they win the lotto.
So Ellie Setback he's kissing up again. He's doing a whole lot of ass kissing. You guys know how I feel about Ellie Setback. So make a long story short, he's just saying that Canelo has options, yada, yada, yada. And he does have options, right? But he says that these other fighters have options as well. They have options as well, but it's like they don't want to even look at their options because they're focused on one thing. This one brother, what the brother said? This one brother said, what you say, my brother? You say Canelo is ducking black champions, end of it. Okay, all right. He feels that Canelo is ducking black champions. My question to you, sir, is this here. If you feel like, and there's nothing wrong with you feeling that way, if you feel like that Canelo is ducking black champions, I think Daniel Jacobs was a black champion when he fought Daniel Jacobs. But let's put that aside. If he fought Floyd Mayweather was a black champion as well, that he lost to. Let's see. But if you feel like that he's ducking black champions, my question is this. What do you think that the black champion should do that you feel like he's ducking? If you feel like that Canelo is ducking black champions, what should the black champions do? What should the black champions do? Because you say champions plural. What should the black champions do? You know what I mean? If they feel like that Canelo is ducking, what should they do Should they sit here and just say, "Oh man, he ducking me, or should the black champions be fighting each other? What should you? What would you suggest, my brother? What would you suggest, my brother? I'm just asking a question. Just asking a question. And I want to be as objective as possible. What would you suggest? Let's see. Because it seems like the black champions are ducking each other. It seems like the black champions are ducking each other. You know, Jamal Charlo ducked Daniel Jacobs, and he ducked Andrade as well. Seems like the black champions are ducking each other. That's what it seemed like. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, I just want to be fair. To be fair, as the brothers and sisters in the UK would say.
But I thinking about it, and I say, I'm okay with that, right? I fight anybody. But they need to fight each other too, because they just waiting for me because they want a good payday. So I know that, but they need to fight each other. Why? And I fight the winner of all of them.
So Canelo said right there, he said, "Listen, man, I know that they want a payday. Why they want to sit around and wait on me? You see what I'm saying?" And he said, "They want payday. I know that." He said, "But why they won't fight each other?" And then the winner of that, he fight the winner of all of them. I fight the winner. Whoever win out of all of those guys who want to fight me, I'll fight the winner of them. You see, this is what he said. Now, whether he'll do that or not, only time will tell that. But I've been saying this for a minute now. How do I know? I got the receipt. I'm going to show it to you. I've been saying this for a minute now. Okay, instead of sitting around waiting on one guy that you say is ducking you, if he's ducking you, he don't like you, or you don't like him, or whatever the case may be, then why sit back and cry, bitch, and moan? I see just a whole bunch of crying, bitching, and moaning. I see a whole bunch of crying, bitching, and moaning. That's all I'm hearing. That's all I'm hearing. That's all I'm hearing. We need 200 likes. I want to open up these phone lines. I want to let the people talk. Shit, I ain't, let the people talk. Let the people talk. You know what I mean? So, the brother, it's a brother in the chat feeling some type of way. I understand he feeling some type of way. Shout out to Jamie Nieto for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Jamie Nieto said, "How many black champions has Tank, Charlo, and Andrade fought?" Sir, that is against the narrative. That is against the narrative. You're not allowed to talk about that. That's against the narrative now. That's against the narrative. This guy has fought 19 champions, 18 and 19 champions, and 7 of them were undefeated. But those guys was bombs and cherry picks. But the guy at 160 pounds, he has literally fought nobody since he's been in the middleweight division. His biggest fight has been at the junior middleweight division when he fought J-Rock. But that's the guy who fought 19 champions, 7 undefeated, is ducking a guy that has fought that's fighting C-class fighter, Juan Montiel's, what the dude named Highlands and stuff like that. So I'm like, dude, and I've been saying this, dude, why don't y'all just fight each other? Stop worrying about this one guy. You making life and death when it comes to the sport of boxing about this one fucking guy. When y'all can be billing each other, y'all can be making millions of dollars selling out the Astro Stadium, I guess in Houston, Texas, or selling out Connecticut, or selling out Las Vegas. You could be creating your own buzz. Like Sugar Ray Leonard wasn't sitting around waiting on Hagler. Hagler wasn't sitting around waiting on Sugar Ray Leonard. And Roberto Duran wasn't sitting around waiting on any of those guys. They was fighting each other. Or when they couldn't fight each other, they fought other top people. That's what they did. They wouldn't sit around bitching, moaning, complaining. Like today, I just don't get it. I'm just saying I don't get it. I don't get it. But that right there, what you said, Jamie Nieto, how many black champions has Tank, Charlo, and Andrade fought? That right there is against the narrative, sir. They will not answer that. They will not answer that, sir. They will not answer that at all. That right there goes against the narrative. They won't answer that. These guys really don't care about skin color. They just hate this guy. You know how I know they really don't care about skin color? Because they only bring up skin color when it fits their narrative. When it doesn't fit their narrative, the skin color disappears. And this is what they do. These guys are from the Hebrew Israelite community. They're from the Sinetta TV community. They're from the school of Umar Johnson and Tariq Nasheed. I know these guys very well. I know them very well. New Wapping I know these guys very well. I used to debate them all the time when I was in the Nation of Islam. I used to debate these guys all the time. I know these guys very well. I know them very well. I know them very well. But it's okay. I understand. So now, so we heard what Canelo said, right? But let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. I'm not gonna look at any of the comments on the LA setback because I want to be fair. So let's go here. I want to show you something. I want to show you something right quick, right? Let's see what this brother says. What this brother said. Where this brother at? So now this brother here, we gotta be fair, guys. This brother here, when I dropped it, I always drop. Well, when I come up with a topic, what we're gonna talk about today, I always drop it in the community. Hey, this is today's show. This is what we're gonna talk about. So this brother over here, this person over here came and he said, Olympic Zoom said, so requesting for franchise belts, not fighting the #1 ranked opponent in sanctioning bodies, and moving between weight divisions is to avoid fighters is putting in the work. So he's questioning the title of my show today. As a matter of fact, let me blow it up a little bit more so you guys can see. So according to this brother right here, Olympic Zoom, he says that so requesting for franchise belts, okay, not fighting the #1 ranked opponent in sanctioning bodies, okay, and moving between weight divisions to avoid fighters is putting in the work. So this brother feels that Canelo moved to different weight divisions to avoid fighters. So when he was at the middleweight division, Canelo fought the baddest guy in the middleweight division at that time, which was Gennady Golovkin, and he fought Daniel Jacobs, right? When he was in the middleweight division. He didn't fight Andrade, he didn't fight Charlo, right? But he did fight Daniel Jacobs in Triple G. So, but these guys, they have a problem with that. No problem. So now the brother says here, now, if you work for Canelo or have an investment in him, I understand your interest in keeping him without another loss as long as possible. I don't understand what he mean by that. So he's suggesting that if Canelo was to fight any of the guys that he wanted him to fight, he would lose those fights. So by Canelo picking who he wants to fight, he's saying that he's trying to make sure that he doesn't get a loss. Okay, let's get. I got something for that. I do have something for that because I want to be fair and unbalanced. So this guy said, in this new era of casual boxing fans, I'm always surprised when fans position themselves as Canelo's financial advisor instead of wanting to see him fight the best fights. Now, I don't know what Canelo financial advisor has to do with him fighting best fights, but if he knew anything about this community, we do not believe in fanaging. We don't believe in fanaging, and we don't believe in financial advising. We don't give a damn about, because we don't get none of the money any goddamn ways. So this brother is of the opinion that he says, I hope this young man is getting paid by Canelo's team to have these fanager type positions on avoiding the best fighters. So this guy is of the opinion that Canelo is, by fighting Bivol, he's avoiding the best fighters. And he feels like that, I am a fanager and I'm getting paid by Canelo. I assure you, sir, I'm not Mexican and I am not getting paid by Canelo. I'm asking a simple question. I am addressing, sir, what's the brother name? Olympic Zoom. I am addressing, sir, what Canelo said in the interview. And why? Because it kind of piggybacks off of what I've been saying. Instead of these guys sitting around waiting on one guy, boxing is bigger than one fighter. These guys could be fighting each other in the process, fighting the other top champions. But I think he's already has his mind made up. Okay, so that's all. This brother here already has his mind made up. He already has his mind made up for the most part. So yeah, he already have his mind made up. Okay, so but I want to let's see what the other people are saying. Let's see. We don't even have to really go further because this guy right here pretty much, okay, this brother right here said he's creating legacy by moving up in weight classes. Can Charlo do that? That's a valid question. No, PBC is garbage. So he said PBC is garbage. Okay. So this is what's going on. So this brother here says Canelo has only one true legacy fight, and he lost that fight easily 12 rounds to 0. I don't even have to mention who it was he fought. Since then, the only other fighter that he has, I guess he's trying to say fought, the only other fighter that he thought that had a name was Triple G. Triple G did have a name when Canelo fought him. Triple G was looked upon and hyped up as the best middleweight in the division in the world at that time. Remember, they were talking about Triple G wanted to fight Floyd Mayweather and all of this stuff there. This was before Floyd Mayweather retired, of course. You know, Triple G was that guy. He was the hype train, the guy who they hyped up, HBO, Teddy Atlas and all of them, Max Kellerman, all of them hyped up, right? So he was that guy at that time. I remember this shit like it was yesterday. If you go back and look at the periodicals and stuff like that, the news reports in sports at that time, he was that guy. He was that guy, but let's continue. So this brother here said that since then Canelo, the only other fighter that he thought that had a name was Triple G, and he can be argued that he lost both of those fights. So he said it can be argued that Canelo lost both of those fights, right? Also, one more thing, it can be argued that he lost. Okay, all right. So these are the Canelo, these are how the people, the Canelo detractors feel. Okay, so what I like to do, I like to apply that same rule of thumb and test. I like to apply that same rule to their logic. I like to apply that same rule to their logic. That's all I'm saying. Oh, let's see. Oh, we need 200 likes. I want to get it in there. I want to open up these phone lines. I want to hear from the people. Annie, shout out to Annalie. She said, Coach, do you think that we'll see Canelo Triple G3 eventually? I don't know. I don't know, Annalie. Well, we might see that. We might see that. Let's see. We might see that. Hey, what you say, fam? He said, King Grayson. He said, we're not getting none of that pocket money. No, we're not getting none of that money in our pocket. No, we're not. I can promise you that. We ain't getting none of those. I can promise you that. But anyway, let's continue though. We still got less than 200 likes, so it's cool. We still got less than 200. I want to look at this, right? Because I remember now our good brother Dante's Boxing Nation. I know you guys love Dante. Right? I know you love him. You know what I mean? Dante is of the opinion that Canelo is he's speaking highly of Canelo. He's speaking highly of Canelo. I just say that. But I like to give everybody a fair shake. Let's give everybody a fair shake. Now let's go. The brother said he feel like I'm being paid by Canelo.
With the zone and Matchroom, okay, which includes.
All right, let's go. He go our good brother Dante. No, y'all
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So it's official. You guys all know by now that Canelo Alvarez has signed to fight Dimitri Bivol.
Okay.
It's also official that he has a multi-fight deal with the zone and Matchroom, which includes a Golovkin fight.
Okay.
And the third fight is either going to be against Macaboo or John Ryder.
Okay.
Now, the interesting thing about this multi-fight deal,
what is it, Dante?
Is
Talk to us.
Before Canelo can even get to the easiest fight, he has to take on the most difficult fight out of the 3 or 4 options.
Okay, all right. Shout out to LRN for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
The brother said that he said, how did Canelo duck at 154 when he fought prime undefeated Lara and Trout, both champions, in way more accomplished fights than Charlo and Boo Boo? That doesn't fit the narrative, brother. You're asking the wrong. That doesn't fit the narrative, brother. So we got to stop that. You got to get on code and spit and get on the Canelo hate train and spit the narrative. It doesn't make sense. You're trying to make sense out of nonsense. I understand. You're gonna bust your brain cells. I'm telling you now. I've been doing this for a little bit. I get it. Shout out to Jamie Nieto for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said the 3-time champion at he said the 3 champion at 168 just fought would be the best name on any of these dudes' resumes. Crazy to me, the delusion in some people. Hey man, listen, man, as I said before, when they don't like you, bro, there's nothing that you can do to make them like you. Nothing that you can do to make them like you. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? I'm not getting overly emotional about this shit. Jamie, what you said? I missed your second super chat. Did I? No, I think I got it. Hold on. Oh yeah, I just read it. Hold on. Yeah, I just read it. Oh yeah, sorry about that. Jamie, shout out to Jamie Nieto for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime.
Ooh, that's a good question. He said, didn't Andrade just avoid his mandatory to move to 168? Just saying. Now, Jamie Nieto, to be fair with Andrade, he could have been having trouble making the weight and decided to move up. To be fair to Andrade, he could have been having trouble making the weight. He's been there for a while and decided to move up because he's having trouble making the weight, or he could have moved up because he's ducking the guy. I don't know which one. You see what I'm saying? But I don't know which one, but I believe that maybe he was having trouble making the weight and sitting at 160 pounds. It didn't do him any good. He couldn't get Charlo in the ring. Charlo didn't want to fight him. Charlo ducked him, and then he couldn't get Triple G in the ring. Triple G didn't want to fight him. So what was the point of him sitting at 160 when none of the champions in the middleweight division, they refused to fight him? So you got to look at that too. You see what I'm saying? I got to be fair about it. Got to be fair about it. Now, this brother right here said, Mario Gonzalez, he said, what current black champion is at 168 or 175? Please, I'm waiting. To answer that question, there's none. As Jamal Charlo would have said, if he's at 160, he said that the only way, that fight can happen with him, again, he would have to move up. He would have to move up to fight Canelo. But if he's not moving up, and they're saying that he don't want to fight Charlo right now. Like, how can he fight Charlo right now? And Charlo is a middleweight. He's a middleweight. Until he officially moves up, he's a middleweight. So, and then I know you guys are gonna say, well, he gonna duck him. He ducked him already. So, but let's continue. Let's see what our good brother Dante got to say. Let's see what our good brother Dante.
Which is against Bivol. Speaking of Bivol, he responded to this announcement, and this is what he said. He said, I always wanted to fight the best. Okay. I believe that the rest of my goals will begin to materialize on May 7th.
Okay.
So as you guys can see clearly, Bivol, he's not a big talker. He's not going to be talking about beating.
All right, okay. But he said something very interesting, and I know you Canelo fans, I know how much you love Aki TV. He's one of your favorite YouTube channels, and I know y'all love Dante's Boxing Nation. He's very unbiased, and he's pretty much fair right down the middle and to the point.
Canelo's ass, et cetera, et cetera. But don't let that fool you. Dimitri Bivol will definitely be Canelo Alvarez's most dangerous opponent in the last 4 years. The last time Golovkin...
I'm not going to lie, bro. I'm going to tell you something. You diehard Canelo fans, this ain't no walk in the park. And that's a good thing. For those who are trying to say Dimitri Bivol is some kind of bum and all that stuff there, no, that's bullshit. Not going to let you get away with that. That dude ain't no bum. He's an accomplished Olympian, and that guy can fight. He can fight. You're gonna find out. That guy can fight, but that's neither here nor there. Let's continue.
In a fight that was this dangerous is when he fought Golovkin in the rematch. Now, it's pretty interesting because I definitely thought that Canelo Alvarez...
Okay, listen to what he says. Shout out to that.
He would pick Charlo, especially after Charlo's last performance. But apparently Canelo... he believes that Bivol will be an easier fight because Canelo Alvarez has fought so many European/white fighters. He's gotten used to their style, and he believes he can walk all of them down. He believes.
That goddamn Dante. Okay, I'm gonna open up the phone lines. That goddamn Dante. Dante, boy, that goddamn Dante. I'm finna open up the phone lines in a minute. Hold on.
They're uncomfortable on the inside. Once he lands punches to the body, that's when he starts to take the air out of the tires. And eventually, he will get him out of there towards the fourth quarter of the fight.
Okay. All right, so basically, Dante, the phone lines is open. 530-494-9636. The guy who has something to say, who feels some type of way, call in. I want to hear from you. What the dude name? He look like he want my attention, so I'm gonna give it to him. What's this dude name? Donnie Don. Call in, sir. Call in. You got boxing gloves for Avatar. Call in. I want to hear from you. You're new to my channel. You had to subscribe in order to leave a comment. Call in. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you, sir. Definitely want to hear from you. Talking real tough right now. Let's go. Let's continue.
When it comes to Charlo, you know, I had someone send me a comment in my comment section in the last video I did.
What'd you say?
And he said, I disagree with you.
Okay.
You know, I don't believe that Bivol is an easier fight than Charlo. First of all, I never said that Bivol was easy.
So basically, you know, Dante is just basically saying that, hey, man, he broke down why Canelo is avoiding, you know, Charlo, and why he avoiding, I think he said, David Benavidez, why he's avoiding those guys. So, you know, that's basically what he said. You know what I mean? But let's continue.
Yevchenko or even Julian J. Rock Williams, then Charlo would be the most difficult fight.
Okay.
And I've already explained to you guys, I feel Canelo Alvarez, he looked at it that way. He said to himself, sure, Charlo, he looked bad in his last fight against Montiel. But what if the best version of Charlo shows up the night that I fight him, which is extremely possible? Another reason we know that Canelo does not feel that Charlo is an easier fight than Bivol is because Canelo Alvarez, he could have fought Charlo back at 154. When Charlo was the junior middleweight champion.
So, you know, Dante's making this case. Listen, phone lines is open, 530-494-9636. Any nigga feel some type of way, call in. We don't run from no smoke over here. Anybody who feels some type of way, just call in. Don't be afraid. Just call in. We don't bite. I'm going to let you say what you have to say. I'm going to rebuttal it. You know, as long as you're respectful, don't try to overtalk me. You're not going to overtalk me on my show. Just call in. We're going to have a good show. You're welcome. Call me now. Phone lines is open. 53. As a matter of fact, just in case, hold on. What is do that? What is do that? No, what is do that? Ezra, if you want to call in. Ezra, if you want to call in, or the dude Donnie want to call in. 530-494-9636. Let's go. Let's continue. Okay, let's call in. You know, the number there. I don't do no running now. I open up these phone lines. We get to 200 likes, I always open up the phone line. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. Let's continue. Now, as it relates to, I thought about something that, you know, some of these guys who they say, well, Canelo is picking and choosing who he wants to fight. I say, okay. That's okay. Yeah, he does have options. He can pick and choose who he wants to fight. He does have options. That is true. And they have a problem with that. Well, phone lines, we finally got a caller. Maybe it's this guy right here. Maybe it's Donnie. Let's see. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Coach Malachi, it's Mike from South Carolina.
Mike from South Carolina. Talk to me, Mike. What you want to talk about?
Just this whole Canelo situation. From the way I see it, man, you know, Canelo already has a Hall of Fame career, and these guys that they're saying that he's ducking, you know, they haven't fought anybody. They haven't done anything notable in the sport, and they're just trying to use Canelo's name to get a paycheck. Like Canelo said in that ES News interview the other day, they need to fight each other. I mean, Canelo's fighting guys with belts. These guys, they're fighting cherry picks, guys that are moving up in weight, guys we never heard of. And it's just craziness. And to be honest, it seems like these guys are just haters, borderline race baiters, and just trying to kind of use this narrative to make money, it seems like, off you know, folks that hate on Canelo, it seems like.
Mike, my thing is this. I'm trying to be right down the middle with it, right? I'm trying to be right down the middle. Every time I want to get on, and I just want you to hear me out. I want to jump on the Canelo, I hate Canelo train, right? And I want to say that Canelo is ducking, you know, Jamal Charlo, because he's afraid of this guy. He's ducking the guy who went life and death with Juan Montiel. He's ducking. As a matter of fact, hold on. When I pull up this guy's box rec resume, you know, this guy at middleweight, they say that Canelo was ducking this guy. And so I'm like, okay, when I look at his resume at the middleweight division, I'm like, this guy is, you know, I don't see it. I don't see it because when I look at his resume at the middleweight division, he's fighting Juan Montiels and stuff like that. He's fought 0 champions, and he's been in that division for 5 years. So he's ducking. So a guy who's fought 19 champions, he's fought 7 undefeated champions, and this is going to be, he's fighting a champion back to back to back. Fought Billy Joe Saunders, fought Callum Smith, he was a champion. I think he fought Callum Smith. Yeah, Callum Smith was the champion, but he didn't fight him back to back. But he fought Billy Joe Saunders. He was the undefeated champion. Right after that, he fought another undefeated champion in Caleb Plant, and now he's going to fight another undefeated champion in Bivol in a higher weight division. And I'm trying to make it make sense. Like, how can I hate on that? You see what I'm saying? When the guy who you say that he's ducking is literally doing the total opposite. So I'm trying to figure it out, and it's not making sense to me. It's not making sense.
It makes no sense, man. And let me tell you, it's just hate. It really is. They're hating on Canelo. They're hating on greatness. They want to see, I guess, somebody else as the face of the sport. So they're doing everything they can to try to diminish this guy. And let's not forget that Jamal Charlo turned down Canelo fight. Fought.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Listen. I got to wrap it up. Hey, let me give you a round of applause. I think that's this guy calling in. Shout out to Mike from South Carolina.
All right.
Salute to my brother, man.
I'm calling back, man. Later, another day. Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Salute to you, fam. Call right back, man. This fucking clicked off the phone. Call right back. I got your number right here. I don't want to say your number. You're calling me from New York. Call right back. I see you calling from a 212 number. Call right back. I want to hear from you. If I'm on the phone talking to someone, I'm not going to hang the phone up on them to click over. Okay? But call right back. The 212 number. Not going to say your name, put it on blast. Call right back. Call right back. Waiting on you. Call right back. 530-494-9636. There we go. This him right here. Yeah, this got to be him. This is third time calling. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Iron Lion, you don't know.
What's your name?
Iron Lion.
Iron Lion. Where you calling from?
I'm in Florida right now, but
okay.
Originally from Jamaica.
Iron Lion from Florida, in Florida. Talk to me about what you want to talk about.
Yes, sir. So I just recommend whatever YouTube recommended your stream. It just popped up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm listening and I'm hearing. I gotta. None of us are really being reasonable here.
Mm-hmm. Your phone is breaking up, sir. You got a bad reception.
My fault. What does the word mandatory mean?
Mandatory mean that's the guy that you have to fight next.
Hey, how does someone become a mandatory?
Several different ways. These they fight their way to the top. Basically, they fight all of the top. They fight all of the guys until they work their way up to that number one spot.
Okay, so with that being said, it is fair to say that Charlo, everybody that he needed to fight in order to become Canelo's mandatory, right? So we can eliminate the coward excuse that I see in the comment section. Who did Charlo fight? Loser. He's the number one mandatory.
All right. So what does that have to do with what's going on right now? What does that have to do with today? Charlo's at 160 pounder. Go ahead.
Okay. If you are the mandatory, if I'm supposed to fight you, if you're supposed to fight me, and I say I'm not going to fight you, and I give up my belt, what is that?
Okay, if you give up the belt, then that would be considered a duck. If you give up the belt,
Canelo ducked Charlo.
I mean, if that's exactly what happened, if that's the way it went down, then yeah, I would say that. But I have a question for you, sir. I would have a question for you, sir. Yes. Right now in 2022, Jamal Charlo has been a champion for 5 years. Can you tell me how many champions has he fought in the middleweight division, sir?
Pause. Let's qualify that. First off, if Canelo didn't vacate his belt, if Canelo didn't vacate his belt and fight him, he would have fought Canelo.
Sir, listen. So that was years ago. How many years ago that was, sir?
Pause. Hold on.
No. How many years ago was that, sir?
Golovkin was ordered. Golovkin was ordered.
Sir,
Golovkin was ordered.
I understand what you're saying.
How is he supposed to beat champions if the champions won't fight him?
Okay, sir, listen.
Bro, I'm a professional fighter.
You have
when I want to fight.
Okay,
that's fine. I can't beat a champion unless another champion fights me.
That's fine. But hear me out. You have Murata is the WBA champion in the middleweight division. You had
who?
Murata. He's the WBA champion. You don't know who he is. He's a champion. Triple G is a champion in the middleweight division. Before Andrade, before Andrade moved up, he was a champion in the middleweight division. And Jamal Charlo was a champion in the middleweight division. You have 4 separate champions.
Okay.
Jamal Charlo has been there for 5 years. He's been a champion for 4 years. What you're trying to tell me is that the reason why he's fought 0 champions since he's been in the middleweight division for 5 years because these other champions did not want to fight him. Is that what you're telling me?
Let me quantify that. Yes, that is what I'm telling you. Let's qualify.
So Andrade.
Let me answer your question. Let me answer your question.
Okay, go ahead.
You asked me a question. Let me answer it.
Okay. I'm gonna let you talk. Then when I talk, I want you to be quiet and let me talk. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All respect. So, my brother, hear me out. You pay sanctioning fees. When you pay sanctioning fees, that's to get ranked in a certain sanctioning body. That means you're going a course. That means you're pursuing a specific champion. Charlo became the interim champion, and he defeated Hugo Centeno Jr. to defend, or was it Jorge Sebastian Highland to defend his interim champion? Meaning, he was supposed to fight Triple G. Triple G opted not to fight him, and that's why he had to defend his interim title.
Sir, we're talking about right now today, bro.
Hold on. No, bro, no. We're talking about his career. You asked me a question. I'm going to answer.
Yeah, the middleweight division. I'm talking about the middleweight division.
Hold on.
Okay.
We are talking about the middleweight division.
Okay, cool.
So 160, he is going a course. If you've been paying the sanctioning body money for years, you've been paying the WBC for years. That means you're next in line for the WBC title. Why would you just then jump out of line and go to fight? No, dude, I beat everybody I need to beat for this. So Triple G was supposed to fight him. Okay. Triple G fought 3 people besides him, including a guy from 150.
So why did that fight not happen, sir?
2 years.
But sir, hold on. Let's stop right there. Let's take it piece at a time, because right now you filibustering. So you're saying that the reason why Jamal Charlo, the reason why so you of the opinion that the reason why Jamal Charlo has been in the middleweight division for 5 years and he's fought 0 champions because Triple G didn't want to fight him, Demetrius Andrade didn't want to fight him, Daniel Jacobs when he was champion didn't want to fight him. So you're saying all of these guys ducked Jamal Charlo? Is that what you're saying too?
We confirmed that Triple G ducked him. We confirmed
Who was we? Who was we?
Did we not just confirm? Me and you. Did we not just confirm that? Did we not acknowledge that Canelo ducked him by dropping the belt?
Yeah, if he dropped the belts, yes, that would be a duck. If he dropped the belt, that would be considered a duck. Yes, sir.
Done. So Canelo ducked him. Canelo ducked him. Now hold on. Triple G ducked him because Triple G, even after losing the belt, was ordered to, and he said, "Fuck you."
I don't have any proof of that.
3 times.
I hear what you're saying.
He was ordered to 3 times.
I hear what you're saying,
so
but I like to deal. I like
instead of Charlo.
Hold on, I hear what you're saying, but I like to deal with receipts. So when you say that Triple G ducked him as well, I don't have anything in front of me to tell me that, right? What I do know is this: Jamal Charlo specifically said that that Demetrius Andrade, he did not want to fight him. He refused to fight the guy. So that's a champion in the division. The problem that I have with this argument is this here. It's very hard for me to understand that how a guy can be in the weight division for 5 years. He's fought 0 champions. He's fighting people like
you don't want the answer. I gave you the answer. You weren't listening.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying, but
what was the answer I gave you? If you were listening,
but what you're saying, but what you're saying, some bullshit though. I don't agree with that at all.
No, it's not. Okay, so bro, so what did I say? What did I tell you? What did I tell you?
So basically, hold on, I'm finna tell you what you said. You said that Canelo dropped the belt, so that's considered a duck. You said Triple G refused to fight him. He was ordered to fight Jamal Charlo 3 times. If that was the case, how come Triple G did not get stripped of his title for being ordered to fight Jamal Charlo?
Triple G was given a path to fight Canelo. Okay. That is why Charlo didn't get the fight. And Charlo was waiting for the winner of the fight because he has spent years in this specific sanctioning body. He is the #1 contender for this sanctioning body. So he wasn't a champion for 5 years. He was an interim champion.
He was a champion for 4 years.
Interim champion.
No, sir, I have it right here, sir. Sir, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it, sir. I'm looking at it.
Point blank. Listen. Point blank. Period. The man can't beat the man worked to fight Gennady Golovkin. That is the sanctioning body he is in. Canelo interrupted and took over that. Neither of them fought him. It is their responsibility to fight him because he is the #1 guy because he paid the sanctioning body to do it. Point blank, period. I'm not against him fighting Demetrius Andrade. He should do that next. But guess what? We're not going to sit here and act like these 2 white guys aren't fighting him. They're fighting each other and not him. And don't act like this is not the sport. Don't act like this is not the sport that banned black people from competing for years and made a black title to make another line. That is literally what the franchise title is. Do your homework. That is what the franchise title is. It is a race belt.
Okay,
so I don't have to fight the black murderers road.
Okay, so you feel like that. So if you feel that way that Jamal Charlo has been avoided by Canelo, they created a franchise belt because Canelo Alvarez is afraid of this guy.
That's not a feeling. That's a fact. I didn't say no. I didn't say fear. I never said fear.
No. Hear me out.
I don't care what the reason.
Hear me out, brother. I'll let you speak. Okay? Let me you speak. So now, what you're gonna have to explain to me is this. I want to say, what is it? 2019. This brother just said on the chat. 2019, Canelo Alvarez. According to Oscar De La Hoya, they offered Jamal Charlo a chance to fight Canelo Alvarez for millions of dollars. Jamal Charlo turned it down. Are you familiar with that, sir?
I've heard of it.
So if that's the case, if that's the case, since we going to play on hypotheticals like we said with when Canelo got elevated to the
we're not playing. I'm not playing hypotheticals. I'm not doing no hypotheticals.
Hear me out. If that's the case, Charlo turned down a multi-million-dollar offer to fight Canelo Alvarez. Would that be considered a duck? When he had the opportunity to fight?
If you turn down a multi-million-dollar offer to fight another fighter, is it a duck?
Yes.
Not if you're the number one contender. The champion is ordered to fight you. You are a contender. You can fight whoever the hell you want. The champion is mandated to fight the number one contender. Nigga, you gave up a belt. And none of you motherfuckers hold him accountable. Nobody holds him accountable.
So basically, hold on, brother. So basically what you're saying is this. You're saying that by Jamal Charlo turning down a multi-million-dollar offer to fight Canelo Alvarez, that's not considered a duck. But then in one breath, in another breath, when Canelo Alvarez got elevated to the franchise belt and Jamal Charlo got elevated to the WBC championship belt, you're saying that's a duck. Like, make that shit make sense to me.
Elevated. Let me make it make sense to you. Got elevated. A man walked up to my house and said he's going to fuck my bitch, drive my car, shit in my toilet, eat my food. And I said, cool, take it. I'm going to go to my other house and my other bitch and my other car. Mm-hmm. That's what Canelo did. Okay. Stop right there. Point blank, period, bro. It's a duck. And how we're making any excuse for this, how we're going on about this, is cowardly. This is shit you support.
Hold on. Sir, hold on. Right now, you're over talking. Sir, no one is making any excuse for anything. I'm trying to make it make sense. Right now, we're in 2022. What I want to ask you, sir, is this, and I'm going to say it again. Jamal Charlo has been in the middleweight division for 5 years. He has not fought Daniel Jacobs when he was the champion. He did not fight Demetrius, what is my main man, Andrade, when he was the champion. Andrade has been actively calling this guy out, trying to fight him. How can you ignore the fact that Jamal Charlo has turned down the offer to fight Canelo, the same guy that you said that Canelo is afraid of? Well, not afraid. You didn't use the word afraid, but the same guy that you said that Canelo ducked. How come he turned down the offer to fight Canelo in 2019? And how come he turned down the offer to fight Demetrius Andrade when an offer was made, a $7 million offer was made to him to fight Demetrius Andrade, and then Daniel Jacobs had to pull up on him, and he didn't want to fight Daniel Jacobs? What do you have to say about that, sir?
Okay, cool. He ducked. Now what?
Okay, he does. So that's it.
Guess what? Let me explain something. I don't give a fuck about Jamal Charlo. Okay. I don't even like the Charlos. I don't fuck with them. But guess what? I watched him become the mandatory, and I watched you say, "I'm not fighting him. You can have this belt. I'm gonna go get another." As a fighter, bro, that is pussy. Okay. Anybody who supports that, you are pussy too. Okay. Not you, but if you support that, that's pussy.
Yeah, I understand.
That's straight pussy, bro.
So your point of the phone call is what, sir? Because I like to give you opportunity.
So my point of the phone call. So my point of the phone call is to address the topic. The topic is these dudes want Canelo. They want to be like Canelo, but they're not willing to put in the Canelo work. Mm-hmm. Well, let me answer this. First and foremost, the Canelo is only relevant because he got beat the fuck up by Mayweather. Mm-hmm. Period. That Canelo was built by Mayweather to be beaten up by Mayweather. Mayweather still employs that thing where he builds up a Mexican fighter on his network. Mm-hmm. Gives them the airtime, and then fights them. That's what Mayweather does. So Canelo came up off of Mayweather. And then, guess what? He didn't beat Mayweather. Mm-hmm. But then he started applying certain tactics to maneuver. You get me? Canelo is a great fighter. He's an amazing fighter. He's one of the best fighters. He has great work ethics. Mm-hmm. But you do maneuver, bro. You do maneuver. And because you maneuver, and because you fail the test, bro, it tells me that you're not the best.
When you say when you say Canelo maneuver, what do you mean? You mean like he pick and chooses who he wants to fight?
He gave up his WBC title to not fight Charlo, but he defended his WBC title against Avni Yildirim. That's picking and choosing.
Okay, right. So you do know that Floyd Mayweather done that as well. He admits that that's what he did as well.
Did Pretty Boy Floyd do that, or did Money Mayweather do that? Because he wasn't able to do that. So he beat Oscar.
Brother, it's the same person as Floyd Mayweather, whether you call him Pretty Boy Floyd or Money May. Okay. We do know it's the same person. Hold on. Floyd Mayweather is one person. Now, he has many different monikers: Floyd Mayweather, Money May, Pretty Boy Floyd era. We do know that he was a killer at Pretty Boy Floyd. Well, after he fought Oscar De La Hoya, he changed his name to Money May. I do know that, but it's still the same person. Fact of the matter is this, sir. Jamal Charlo turned down an offer to fight Canelo Alvarez in 2019. This is facts. He turned down an offer to fight Canelo Alvarez in 2019. So when you're telling me that he's ducking this guy, you're going to have to explain to me why the guy who allegedly Canelo was ducking, or let's say you want to believe he's ducking, there's nothing wrong with that. If you believe he's ducking, fine. Why would he turn around this same guy who's been fighting to get the Canelo when he had an opportunity to fight Canelo in 2019? Why he turned the offer down? And you just admitted that it was a duck. So what's your argument? The guy fought 19 champions, and he's fight 7 undefeated champions, and he's fighting another champion right now in what my main man named Dimitri Bivol. So I don't, I get it. You don't like Canelo, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, brother. But I just want to give you the opportunity to speak. Is there anything else you would like to say, sir?
Okay. You interrupted me before I could finish it. You're saying that these people want to be like Canelo, but they're not putting in the work.
Yes,
dude, Canelo wouldn't be shit if Mayweather didn't give him a fight.
Okay,
hold on. Hold on. Let me finish. Let me get my point out.
Hold on, sir. You're getting emotional. I need you to calm down. You're getting emotional. What you're gonna have to explain to me is, my main man Floyd Mayweather has fought several fighters. If it was as simple as he gave Canelo a chance, and because he lost to Canelo lost to Floyd Mayweather, Canelo was able to take his career to heaven and heights. How come the other fighters who fought Floyd Mayweather was not able to do that, sir? Go ahead, sir.
You're still not letting me make my point, bro.
Because you're getting emotional, and I just wanted you to calm down. Now go ahead and make
because I'm a human, bro. Listen. People who say that are bitches, bro. Straight up, humans have emotions.
Okay.
Humans have emotions. Boxing is emotional.
Of course.
So don't try to punk me like, oh, you're getting. Of course, I'm getting emotional.
Yeah, you get. But the reason why I say that, the reason why I say that is this. You sound like a bitch to me because you're getting really emotional about two fighters that you don't even know. So what you're not going to do, you're not going to come on my show and talk to me in any kind of way. That's what you're not going to do. I get 2 fucks about you being a fighter. Now, let's calm it down.
All right, cool,
let's calm it down a little bit. Go ahead and wrap it up and say what you need to say. You said all that to say.
No, fuck that. I'm going to wrap it up. Dude, black dudes who support Canelo are the biggest coons in boxing because you don't even understand history.
Okay.
Enjoy your day. Enjoy your show.
All right. Salute to the brother for calling me a coon. See, this is what I'm talking about with these guys. I told you, these guys come from the Hebrew Israelite community. They come from these slow learner disability boxing communities. I know these guys very well. They get very emotional, and then when they can't articulate their point very well, or if you don't agree with them, they get mad, go to calling you names, and and that's it, threaten you, and that's all they do. Shout out to Alex Corona for dropping that quarter of a dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy!
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Let me say, Coach, asking why Charlo turned down the offer in 2019. Yeah, I was very familiar with that offer. Shout out to Ryder of the Storm for dropping that $2 super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy!
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He says, I think the caller is Southpaw. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know who the hell Southpaw is. Oh, you're talking about the guy that was on Moni Brown show one time. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Wrong Boy Fresh, man. Block Boy CEO, man.
Wrong Boy, what's going on, man?
Hey, Shalom. That family was super duper emotional. Yeah.
Yeah, he got really emotional. Yeah.
Man, what the fuck? But he got all his, man, he turned one story and got every story mixed up. Nigga, none of that shit he was spitting was facts though. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he was saying a whole lot of stuff. And the reason why I let him talk is because I learned something when I talk to these guys. I'm not gonna lie, I learned something when I talk to these guys. And all of them say the same shit. And I said eventually he's gonna get mad, get upset, and he's gonna start. Yeah. And that's what he did. That's what he did.
Yeah. I saw you kick away the chair. It was only a matter of time, but man, that motherfucker was too goddamn emotional. And even if that's the case, all right, well, Cinnamon duck Charlo to clear out a whole fucking division though. God damn, motherfuckers wild as shit.
I mean, again, if he felt that way, and if there was a situation to where like a Riddick Bowe, he threw his belt in the garbage in order to avoid fighting Lennox Lewis because he wanted to go into another fight to fight Holyfield again for the rematch. Okay, you could say, yeah, he ducked this guy in order to go into another fight with another money fight with another guy. If you want to say that, that's fine. I have no problem with that. But what I realized, Ron Boyfriends, is the more I let him talk, the more his anger and hatred for Canelo came out. And if he feel that way, that's fine. But it's coming from a I hate Canelo spirit. You know what I mean? And that's all. These guys reveal themselves every time. They reveal themselves every time.
They just a little too emotional for me. But I always tell you, I don't really be fucking with them motherfuckers for real. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say, man.
Hold on. And then he said anybody who's black who support Canelo is the biggest coons. Now I knew that word was coming. Yeah. These guys come from the Nawapian community. They come from the Hebrew Israelite community. They come from the Sinetta TV community, the Dr. Umar Johnson community, the conscious community, the Tariq. This is where they come from. I know these guys very well because I used to debate them all the time about religion and stuff like that. But it is what it is, man. You can't get too emotional with these guys. Let them talk. Let them see what they're gonna say.
Yeah, you know how it is.
But shout out to my brother Ron Boy, man. Salute.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Leave them alone. Leave emotional jokers alone, man.
Shout out to Ron Boy, man. Shout out to Rat Pack Trucking. For dropping that. Bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Rat Packs, man. Shout out to you, brother, for the dub. I really appreciate that, fam. But these guys, I'm telling you, bro, this how they get. This how they get. They go to sounding like some of them fools from that community that I tell you about. Yeah, you know, it is what it is, you know. And I already knew it. I know these guys' voice. I know them very well. I know their psychology. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Alex Corona.
Alex Corona. Alex, what's the link read, fam? What you want to talk about, my brother?
Oh man, that guy just had me laughing. I couldn't stop laughing at the whole thing. But you know, you might want to fact check it, but I don't think Canelo was the one that asked for that franchise. So I think it was given to him after the fact that he found out what was going on. He got rid of it. That's the reason why he doesn't have a franchise as we speak right now.
Yeah.
You know, because he didn't want to be called no duck or nothing like that. But man, it's crazy. You know, the hate is real.
Listen, again, Alex, if they don't like Canelo, that's fine. I'm not even tripping on that. The thing is, you know, when I asked the question, okay, this guy's been in the middleweight division for 5 years. He's been a champion for 4 years. How do I know? Because I'm looking at it. He's been a champion for, as a matter of fact, he's been a champion for 4 years. I said, okay, you know, because what I try to do, okay, whatever you say, we're going to run with that. But you're going to have to explain to me, you know, why this guy hasn't fought any of those black fighters that you're talking about. Why he fought Juan Marcius Montiel and Sergey Derevyanchenko. He fought Dennis Hogan, Brandon Adams. I think Brandon Adams was black. He fought Korobov, Hugo Centeno Jr. You know, he fought these guys, Jorge Sebastian. You know what I mean? He fought these guys, and, you know, he's not fighting. He didn't fight Daniel Jacobs. Canelo did. He didn't fight Demetrius Andrade when Andrade wanted to fight him. So, you like, you know, I don't get it. How can you say Canelo didn't do this in one breath while ignoring the fact that the same thing you're accusing him of doing, this guy has literally done nothing. And you're stuck on.
I got one better for you, Coach.
Go ahead.
I got one better for you. Why didn't he fight him when that offer was made? And for, like he stated, for millions. So if he wanted to fight Canelo so bad, why didn't he do it then? Why didn't he accept the fight then?
No, he admitted. He said, well, if he turned it down, that's a duck. And then he said he wasn't familiar with the story at first. You know, so he's familiar with everything else, but he's not familiar with the story and Jamel Charlo confirmed it as well of the offer. And I was going to go there before the brother put it up, sent the super chat with it. I was going to go there. I'm like, dude, you do know that Jamal Charlo had an opportunity to fight Canelo in 2019. But he just kept going on and on and on. I like to let these guys just talk and say what the fuck they're going to say. So. I wasn't going to have a debate about. I wasn't going to have a debate about this shit. I wasn't going to have a debate about this shit. You know
that's what I'm saying. Like, they call in with no facts, nothing to back them up, and they just call in and run their mouth. They don't even know what they're talking about. So, hey, man, that's all I wanted to say.
Shout out.
You know, so what's up to everybody in the chat. You know, and you have an awesome show. I love it. That's why I'm in there every day.
Yeah.
You know, one of the best shows I've heard. So, you know, my hats off to you.
Shout out to Alex Corona, man. Shout out to my brother, man. Salute to you, fam. Again. Now, let's go here. I want to show you guys something. The guy said that he doesn't like the fact that Canelo picks and chooses. You know, he's moving around, picking and choosing. Okay, let's go ahead. I was kind of ready for that. Let's go here. Where is Money May? Money May. Where you at, Floyd Mayweather? Let's go ahead.
Or put in a certain position, he should be going. I mean,
hold on.
You know, when I was in a position, I could choose.
Oh, let's stop right here. So he also brought up the fact that he doesn't like the fact that Canelo picking and choosing who he wants to fight. Let's stop right here. 444. Let's stop at 444. I had this waiting. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Let's go to Floyd Money Mayweather. 444. Hold on, guys. We're going to answer this call. Hold on, guys. I want you to hear Floyd Mayweather say that he pick and chooses who he wanted to fight when he was boxing. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from, sir?
Coach.
What's your name? What's your name? Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Dominican Republic. My name is David.
David, calling from La República Dominicana. Talk to me, fam.
Exactly. Look, man, I was writing down some bad words because as soon as I heard the guy speaking, I said, man, this guy got a crazy mentality. But Coach, I understand what you're saying. You're not down with any boxing. We're down with the boxing. We love boxing. I love boxing. You know what I mean? I watch boxing in my country and I pay for it because that's what I like. I like Canelo. I like all the fighters. You know what I mean? So at one city, it would be a good fight between Canelo and Charlo, but it didn't happen. So I'm not going to cry about it. So meanwhile, he's fighting somebody else, Charlo, for whoever. You know what I mean? Whatever you got available. But the thing is, when people receiving too much love, I know always going to hate you. So like Jesus, you got haters and then they put you in the cross. So you got to be ready for that. So all I'm saying is Canelo ducked poverty and now he's filthy rich. And that's about it. Get the money and get out of there. That's what you got to do. Get yours. Take care, Coach.
All right.
And God bless everybody.
Yes, sir. Shout out to you, fam. My question is the title of the show. Again, my position is I feel like that a lot of these guys, they put so much emphasis on one fighter that they are not putting in the work ethic. What do I mean by work ethic? I mean the activity. These guys are really not fighting. They're fighting once a year, and they're sitting around complaining about this one guy who they say that's ducking them, that's avoiding them. They have a community that feels that way. My thing is this: if you feel that way, why are you chasing this guy? Why are you not active fighting the other champions? Don't tell me that. Don't give me an excuse why your guy's not fighting other champions. Why he won't fight the Andrades? Why he won't fight the Triple G's in this division, the Muratas? Why he won't fight any of those other guys? He's been there for 4 or 5 years. You got to explain that to me. And then when I ask you that, you say, well, oh, well, you know, you ain't really got no legitimate reason why he ain't fighting those guys. You're not keeping that same energy with the guy who you said that's ducking. And with the guy you said that's being ducked, while in one breath, while acknowledging that if he turned down a multi-million-dollar contract to fight this guy who you said that was ducking him, then you admit that he did duck him if he did turn that down. Like, the shit don't make no sense to me, dog. It just ain't making no sense to me. Shout out to the kid Billy for dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your board.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said good stuff, Coach. Yeah, we gonna let dissenting opinions call in. I want to hear from them. I want to hear from dissenting opinions. I want to hear from them. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Shout out to the Queen Bless 365 for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your board.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Playtime's over.
This Dolph calling from Vallejo.
Dolph calling from Vallejo. Dolph, what's going on, man? Dolph calling from Vallejo. Talk to me, my brother. Talk to me.
What it do, Coach? I'm just tapping in. I'm listening to the show. I just want to know what you think. Why Canelo ain't fought Andrade?
You know what? That's a good question, bro. I don't know why he haven't fought him. He probably had an opportunity to fight him. I can only go by what Canelo said. He said he's a horrible fighter. He said he doesn't fight anybody, stuff like that. But, you know, he hasn't fought the guy. But to Canelo's, I won't say to Canelo's defense, but, you know, Daniel Jacobs hasn't fought Andrade. David Benavidez, Andrade just moved up to super middleweight, so we'll see if that fight is going to happen. And Jamal Charlo hasn't fought him. So my thing is this here.
No, that's true.
You know, none of those guys have fought him either. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, you gotta, you know, that's all I'm saying.
No, I hear you, but I feel like ever since Canelo fought that fight with Lara, he ain't really been too hot about getting in there with good I hate to say it, but black fighters, you know. So
getting
in there since he had that fight with Lara, because the proof is in the pudding. He ain't gonna be able to do them like he doing planting them in them dudes. I mean, Canelo a good fighter. I'm not gonna take no bones from him. He a real good fighter. He work hard. He fights more than anybody a year. So
activity standpoint,
definitely gotta appreciate Canelo. But I definitely think I don't think he's too enthusiastic about fighting Andre or Charlo for that matter.
So let me ask you a question. Why you're of the opinion that Canelo is not too enthused to fight Andrade, and he did say he don't want to fight him. I'm not even gonna lie to you. He said that. He said that. But Charlo was interesting. If they offer, if they offer,
complain about somebody not fighting you if you ain't willing to fight everybody, you know. So that's kind of a dead argument.
No, but that's not even it, Dolph. He was offered a contract to fight Canelo in 2019.
No, I know, and his brother busted him out about it when they was beefing.
So what I'm trying to say is, like, okay, Canelo, you have other opinion that he doesn't want to fight Charlo because he's that slick black fighter that can potentially beat him and give him problems. Okay, I'm gonna go down that rabbit hole with you for a minute.
I wouldn't even say Charlo was slick, because that's the wrong word to describe Charlo. That's what Charlo ain't. He ain't slick. You know, he got a little power. He horsepower. He come forward, but he ain't slick.
Okay, so no, but what I'm saying, but for whatever reason, Canelo don't want to fight him. For whatever reason, right?
Right.
When you had the opportunity to fight Canelo in 2019, why you didn't take it?
He wasn't ready. You seen the Derevyanchenko fight? He would have got stopped. You know that, Coach. Come on.
But see, but this is what I'm saying. Like what's confusing me is, okay, the people who saying Canelo is ducking this guy, and I'm not being a defensive attorney for Canelo. What I'm saying is this:
right.
If he had an opportunity, the guy that you said he's ducking, that guy had an opportunity to fight Canelo in 2019, and he turned it down. What does that tell you?
Nah, that's real. He did do that. He wasn't ready. I mean, I don't think Charlo could beat Canelo. I'm gonna keep it real. You know, it'd probably be a good fight, but he takes too many punches, and Canelo giving out heaters. You already know that.
I mean, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Like, okay, I want to go down the rabbit hole and run with that narrative. And I'm like, dude, they keep, 2019, he turned the offer down, and then it's like they just forget all about that. It's like that never happened. You see what I'm saying? So, but shout out to my brother Dolph calling for Vallejo, man. Tell E40 I said what's up.
It's all good.
E40, tell him I said what's up, man. R.I.P. to Mac Dre, man. Mac Dre, man. Shout out, man. Shout out to the Queen Bless 365 for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Bless says, Coach, we might need the commandments read. When you get a chance, they cutting up today. Yeah, I'm about to pull them up. But I automatically knew this title, I automatically knew this headline was going to bring them out. I knew this. I know these guys very well. I know them very well. Caller hung the phone up. Shout out to Donald Banks for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Let's get the Floyd
Super
Mayweather.
chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, I just signed with Top Rank, and since your boy Shawty Big Nuts been ducking me. Bob is about to have the WBO call his mandatory B. So no more ducking.
True.
Oh man. Hey, listen, now you guys know why I gotta smoke weed before I get on the show. As you can see my eyes, I'm kind of like, now you see why I gotta smoke weed before I come on the show. I automatically knew what time it was gonna be today. Shout out to Muck Star. He says, what's the number? From the UK, coach. Yeah, just you gotta call through through WhatsApp. You gotta call through WhatsApp. Shout out to William Sebastian for dropping that $2 bam super chat on your board.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He says, appreciate your unbiased opinion, coach. Hey man, listen, man, it is what it is. Like I'm trying to look at it from both ways, and I keep coming back to the same shit. Shout out to Jay Rodriguez for dropping that $2 bam super chat on your board.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said Hogan, Adams, Montiel are world beaters. As a matter of fact, let's take this shit a step further. But let's do this first. This right here is they say that we don't like the fact that Canelo is picking and choosing who he wants to fight and this and that and yada yada yada. Let's stop right there. This is once again, I do not own the rights to this material. It's for educational purposes only. This is Floyd Mayweather. Listen to him.
Speaking of Canelo, he's showing a lot of support for Isaac Cruz. What do you think about that?
What I don't like is this, and I was going to talk to Tank about this. You can't be wearing Canelo gloves and he's rooting against you. I don't get it. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't do it. And then it's not like, some gloves, we can wear 1,000 different gloves. The results, it's always going to be the same. But
I want you to listen.
Wear your gloves and you root against me.
Floyd, we just recently saw Canelo win undisputed at
Hold on.
As the only person that's defeated him, what have you seen of yourself?
I want you to hear what Floyd Mayweather said that, hey, listen, I pick and choose. When I was boxing, I got a chance to pick and choose who I wanted to fight. He says this in this interview. And I'm like, dude, how you going to get mad at Canelo for doing the exact same thing that Floyd Mayweather admitted in this interview that he does? Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Curtis from Long Beach.
Curtis from Long Beach. Talk to me, fam. What you want to talk about?
Man, I've been a sports fan my whole life, and football, basketball, boxing, and as fans, man, we got to stop feeding into the bullshit. Like, boxing is the only sport where the best teams or the best player don't play each other.
Right.
Like every other sport, man. Just imagine if it was like boxing. If the Rams and the Bengals decided, you know what, we don't want to play y'all because Brady not in the Super Bowl. We're going to wait for Brady to make it back, and then we just going to sit out until Brady come back. Like, this is stupid. Like, and fans calling up trying to justify it on either side is crazy. What Canelo did is amazing, and I'm not even a Canelo fan, you know what I mean? But you got to give him his props. He's not turning down these dudes to fight, bums. Like, you can say that about Triple G. Triple G is just sat out until he's like, forget it. I'm going to sit out until they give me a Canelo fight.
Yeah.
I can see if he was doing something like that. But these other dudes waiting on Canelo, that's crazy, man. Y'all got to fight each other. We'll never know who's the best. Everybody's waiting on Canelo. We never going to find out who's the best.
And listen, Curtis, this is my only thing, brother. If you feel like he's ducking, he's dodging, doing all of that, that's fine. I have no problem with any of that. The problem I have is this. Are you going to sit back and complain that this one guy won't fight you while at the same time not trying to fight other champions in your weight division? Like, how do you justify that? Okay, he don't want to fight me. You've come to that conclusion that the guy don't want to fight you. He's afraid of you. You're a slick black fighter. Okay, fine. I can run with, just for the sake of argument, we'll run with all of that. Tell me why you won't fight the other fighters in your weight division. Hold on, guys. The caller.
Years after he fought,
caller hung up. Let's give him a round of applause. He hung up. So that's why I say that these guys don't want to put in the work ethic, because they're not active enough. They're not even fighting each other. They don't even want to fight the other potential fights, champions that they can fight. You see what I'm saying? You have 3 fighters on the same side of the street. They won't fight each other.
I know.
Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. I want you to hear this from Floyd Mayweather. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Call drop, man.
Okay, yeah.
Curtis, man. Call drop, man.
Go ahead, Curtis. What you go wrap? I'm gonna wrap it up with you. What you want to say, my brother?
Nah, man, I agree totally with what you're saying, man. I think these fans is trying to justify, you know, or, you know, trying to say that Canelo is ducking is crazy, man. You know, he's ducking and he's achieving things. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you can't have both. You know what I mean? Yeah. How do we know who's the best fighter that's supposed to fight Canelo if those dudes don't even fight each other? You know what I mean? There's no excuse for Benavidez and Charlo not to fight, for Triple G not to fight, you know, Andrade. Like, there's got to be one of y'all that's better than the group. Right. You know what I mean? And then we'll say, okay, this dude deserves to fight Canelo. But you can't realistically say Charlo deserves to fight Canelo based on what?
Based on what? Yeah. My thing is this here. I have no problem with it. I want to see Canelo fight Charlo. But my thing is, why is all of these guys, okay, we know Triple G. Triple G sitting there waiting. Triple G sitting there waiting. He waiting. Why you got all of these guys? Andrade finally moved up. He tried to make a fight with Triple G, and him and Triple G on the same side of the damn street. They can't even fight each other. Charlo won't move up to fight Benavidez. They won't fight each other. I'm hearing him and Plant supposed to get ready to fight each other. So my thing is this: you got Charlo, Benavidez, Triple G, and Andrade all waiting on one guy to fight this one guy. And I'm trying to figure out why.
And I can't be mad at Andrade.
Why?
I can't be mad at Andrade because he's like, if Canelo don't want to fight, well, give me Charlo. Charlo don't want to fight. Well, give me Benavidez. You know, he's saying those things.
Yeah, he's saying those
things.
So
I can't really be mad at him.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad at Andrade neither. Andrade is trying to make these fights with these guys. You see what I'm saying? But the other guys in the middleweight division, they don't want to fight them. So my thing is, I can't punish Andrade for trying to make the fights, but these guys don't want to fight him. So you can't, I get the argument. I hear what you're saying. I listen to these guys because I learn a lot from them. They say the same argument. They say the same shit. And I get it. I understand. They hate Canelo. That's fine. I'm not even tripping on none of that. But how do you justify just sitting around not fighting nobody? How do you let that go when in one breath while trying to discredit another guy who's fought 19 world champions and 7 of them are and 7 of those 19 world champions are undefeated? Or he either fought 18, but I think he fought 19 world champions and 7. And 7 of them was undefeated, and he's fighting back-to-back undefeated champions: Billy Joe Saunders, Caleb Plant, and Bivol. So I mean, like, make it make sense. That's all I'm saying, dog.
Yeah, he's out there making history.
Shout out, Curtis. Shout out to you, my brother. I salute to you, fam. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you, fam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to my man Curtis, man, from Long Beach in the house. Shout out to Darren Young for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Shout out to you, fam. Shout out to Daryl Alexander. He said F Canelo. Okay. Oh, he said Clinello. Okay. For dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Hey, I ain't got no problem with you saying that. That's how you feel. That's how you feel, brother. It's a free country. I ain't got no problem with you feeling that way, my brother. See, it's a free country. You have a right to feel any way you want to feel. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, Coach? It's Electro Jed. How you doing today?
Electro Jed, talk to me, fam. What you want to talk about?
Well, you a busy motherfucker this today. They really coming in, ain't they?
Yeah. Well, when it's Canelo, they come out. When it's Canelo, they come out. I know that for a fact. Yeah, they come out.
So let me see if I got this right. So Canelo needs to toe the line for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
He's expected to fight everybody, including the champions that he did fight.
Mm-hmm.
Moving up in weight, collecting all the belts.
Mm-hmm.
They're not fighting each other, but he's ducking them. They're not being accused of ducking each other. And by the way, all these mofos need to stop giving Triple G the hate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to feel that shit. But
you talking about on Triple G?
But yeah, everyone's giving Triple G some hate, man. Come on, man. I'm starting to feel that. I'm taking it personal. But what I don't understand, what bothers me about this whole thing, which apparently is bothering you too. How come nobody's holding these other boxers accountable?
I can answer that. Why they not holding those other boxers accountable? These guys hate Canelo's guts, and if they feel that way, that's fine. I'm not jumping out the window about their hatred for Canelo myself. they hate is guts. So when you hate somebody, it's very hard to be objective and not and non-biased, because you know the power of the emotion of hate is very strong. So their emotional hatred that they feel for Canelo will not allow them to be even fair or unbiased in their analysis. And again, I told you guys, I come from that conscious community. I was in Nation Islam for 25 years. So I understand these guys very well. I've been through the conscious community and stuff like that. I know these guys. And because I was just like them. If you were black and you did not agree with me, I would call you a coon, Uncle Tom, a sellout. And just like the guy said, he said I was a coon. He feel that way. And that's fine. I didn't even get upset for him calling me that, because that's what these dudes do. I never been called a coon before in my life until I started a YouTube channel. But this is what these guys do. It's fine, it's fine. But this is what these guys do. These guys are some serious beta males. They've had daddy issues. They have a lot of aggression. They're angry. They're bitter. These guys are professional victims. They have a victimhood mentality. They have low IQs. And and when you have a victimhood mentality and you have a low IQ, and then you have all of the other issues that you're going through in your life, you're mad, the white man, and you hate the white man, this, that. I used to be just like those guys. So I really kind of feel sorry for them in a way, because I was just like the caller who just called in not too long ago and got angry and said I was a coon. I was just like him. I was just like him. I was just like him. I was that ignorant and stupid. So I understand. I understand his mentality. It's a sick mentality, though. I understand.
No, I get what you're saying. And the thing is, if they would just take the time to listen to what they're saying instead of just speaking from their emotions, but they can't seem to do that. Well, my biggest issue with this entire thing is, if you look at it just from a common sense point of view, you're not right. Okay, Canelo dropped the belt, and they're saying it was a duck. He wanted to get another belt. What's wrong with that? In my opinion, going after a belt is more important than going after a mandatory. And I do believe that's the way it goes with the sanctioning bodies as well. Am I wrong?
No, listen, I hear exactly what you're saying, but the problem is you're trying to make sense out of nonsense. That's the problem. What you don't understand is you don't understand the mentality of these guys. And honestly, it's like, I'm looking up something right now. And I get it. I really do get it. I get exactly. I get it. Trust me. I was once them. I was once these guys. So I understand where they're coming from. I understand they are very impulsive with anger and rage and stuff like that. And that's how they feel about Canelo. That's fine. It is what it is. Electro J, shout out to you, fam. Shout out to you, my brother. My brother,
man.
Go ahead.
I want you to have a great day and deal with these guys just the way you've been dealing with them, my brother. Much love to you and the chat out there. God bless you, brother.
Yeah, shout out to Electro J. Salute to Electro J. Phone lines is open. So Robert Brown says, he said Benavidez going to be fighting Andrade for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Robert Brown, you said Benavidez is going to be fighting Andrade. So what did you mean? He said, what did you mean they're not fighting each other? Sir, this is not true. Benavidez will not be fighting Andrade next. That's not true, sir. I don't know where you heard that from, but that's not true. They will not be fighting each other next. Let's see. Let's go here to the people. See what the people are talking about. Will says emotionally damaged. Yeah. I mean, trust me, I get it, bro. I get it. I was just like them, bro. We used to debate. That's all we did was debate. If you was black and you didn't think the way we thought, we called you these names. And I get it. I understand. This shit don't bother me, to be honest with you. But anyway, let's continue. You're gonna have to tell me this. You're gonna have to tell me this when these guys come with that argument that hold on. Phone lines is hot. Like I knew it would be. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
San Diego. Santiago from San Diego.
Santiago from San Diego. Talk to me, Santiago. What you want to talk about, fam?
Man, I just want to give you some props. You be dealing with some guys. I don't want to be all rude, and my kid might be hearing.
Yeah.
But I'm like, damn, I think boxing is racist, isn't it?
Man, listen, man.
I mean,
Listen, I understand these guys very real. I was racist in the motherfucker. I hated white people with a passion. I hated anything that looked white. I was the exact same way. I made excuses. I had a victimhood mentality. You know, always blamed the white man. Always, you know, you got to stay on code. All this shit, all that bullshit. Like for 25 years, I was like that. And I'm 48 now, so I get it. I understand. I really do understand that mentality. That's why I smoke 2 joints before I even do the show. I have to, because if I don't smoke, then I will have to get on their level. I'll have to get on their level, and I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to get out of character. So.
Yeah, man, I was giving that guy a little bit of props. I was hearing, I'm like, he's gonna make a valid point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, oh, it's interesting. But then he started slipping like a transmission, man. He started going somewhere. I'm like, oh,
he started talking about all kind of, and listen, and I knew he was going to go there because you can tell by the tonality in his voice. The tonality in his voice told me, this guy, he's one of those guys. He's a live wire. Eventually he's going to come out and I'll be damned, he did. We're gonna re-upload that. After the show, I'm gonna cut that episode out. We're gonna re-upload it so you guys can hear. This guy's a professional Canelo hater, and if he hates Canelo, that's fine. I'm not here to change anyone's mind by how you feel about a fighter, but I gotta show you what you're dealing with. So I will be uploading it.
Yeah, man. We can make that.
Oh man, hey, but listen, man, shout out to Santiago, man. Thank you so much for calling in, my brother. Salute to you, fam. Yes, sir. Shout out to Santiago. Now, let's do this. He said, Coach, why they hate Canelo? He's not white. Well, his race is white. His race is white. But that's neither here nor there. So let's go here with Floyd Mayweather. So they get mad at they say Cinnamon is picking and choosing who he wants to fight. Okay, that's fine. He's picking and choosing who he wants to fight. That's fine. That if you want to criticize him for that, fine. Let's go.
Same fighter. It's the same fighter. It's crazy that they was like Canelo in his prime.
Okay,
he'd have been a different fighter. When I fought him, he was in his prime.
Okay,
go back and look at me. I was the best when I was.
All right, I'm gonna let you guys hear this. Hold on, I'm gonna let you guys hear. I'm gonna have to take the number down for just 1 second so I can let you guys hear this. Hold on. Phone lines is hot today. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, this is Jerry from Baltimore.
Jared from Baltimore. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I know exactly who you are. I remember your voice like it was yesterday. Jerry from Baltimore. Talk to me.
Yeah. I'll just get right to the heart of the matter. Race and boxing. I think a lot of brothers are having a hard time here, especially the last 5 or 6 years. But really since the Klitschko brothers, really, I would say, got up on the scene. And increasingly, you with me?
Go ahead. I can hear you, brother. I can hear you. Go ahead. Just call us.
Yeah. And increasingly, over the last 25 years or so, 20 to 25 years, white fighters, European, mostly a lot of European fighters, white fighters, and Latin fighters. Now, there's always been Latin fighters, great Latin fighters, and good fighters from Latin America, different parts, Mexico, and here and there. But increasingly, it's been more and more over the last 20 years. In fact, where it's almost an even market share, whereas the Black American fighters dominated since the 40s, really. Since back in the 20s and 30s and 40s, boxing there was a lot of good Italian top fighters, Jewish fighters, Irish fighters, of course. The Bob controlled things, and so fights were made to be fixed. They wouldn't let black fighters get ranked, and it was really messed up.
I need you, but I want you to go ahead, brother. Go ahead, my brother. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but go ahead.
Yeah, and it was really, really messed up back then. And then from the 50s.
What about today? What about today?
Yeah, well, today the market, as you can see, both heavyweight champions are white fighters. The cruiserweight division champions are mostly white. Light heavyweight, same thing. But I'm just here to tell the brothers, man, it's okay. Great fighters come from all over the country. I mean, all over the world, from Philadelphia to the Philippines. White guys can fight. White guys could always fight. They didn't participate much after the 40s up until, probably about 20.
But what does that have to do with the subject matter that we're talking about today as of late to the Canelo Alvarez? Now people, a lot of fighters, they want to beat Canelo, but they don't want to put the work ethic in, meaning from a lack of activity standpoint.
No.
What you're saying, what does that have to do with that?
Mm-hmm. Well, because I'll be honest with you, I heard a little bit of the caller that you was on there with a good while for a good while, and it just sounded to me like he was race hating, man, just race hating. He doesn't like the fact that the it seemed to me, at least it seemed to me, if you allow me.
No. That's exactly what it was. Ain't no scene. That's what it was. That's what it was.
And I just heard you admit that you were that way for a while, and I'm glad, man. It does my heart good to hear what you said. That when you said you used to have a defeatist mentality and all those things, and something must have brought you to light to realize that ain't true, man. White people ain't racist like the media's been saying. I'm not saying racism doesn't exist. I'm not saying that. Racism has been in man's heart since the beginning of time.
I get what you're saying as relate to that. You know what I mean? Racism exists all over the globe. That's not going anywhere. Racism exists in boxing, exists on the job. It exists everywhere. My thing is, I'm not I did that shit for 25 years, right? I did that shit for 25 years. I was stuck on race. Everything was about race. Because I've been doing it for so long, me personally, I'm kind of like sick of it. It is what it is. It ain't going nowhere. I realized the error of my ways, the way I thought, how narrow-minded I was. As it relates to the subject matter with Canelo, what do you think about that? I'm gonna you just didn't have any opinion on that. You just want to talk about race.
Well, yeah, I see the subject matter. Why some fighters want to be Canelo without putting in the work.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, I mean, you make a great point when you look at Jamal Charlo, you look at Andrade, Benavidez. To me, there's no excuse why Charlo has not yet. Can you hear me when that's doing that?
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah.
I need you to wrap it up because we got other callers calling in. So
no, just like you said, Jacobs, Andrade, those guys, they need to fight each other. Benavidez too. So they need to fight each other a little bit and quit complaining and waiting on Canelo, because Canelo's going to get to him. But in the meantime, it's obvious that some of them fights should be getting made. I understand why they're waiting, because they're waiting to cash the check. That's what fighters used to do, waiting to fight Oscar. Okay. That's what fighters used to do to a degree, waiting.
Hey, but thank you. Hey, Daryl, thank you so much. So, which day, Jerry, right? Jerry from B-More. Thank you so much, my brother, for calling in. Thank you. Salute to Jerry, man. Salute to Jerry calling in from B-More. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Troy Graham from Baltimore, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm feeling good. I'm good and high right now, but I'm good.
All right. Well, I got a comment about your subject matter.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to say something to Jerry from Baltimore, since we're both from Baltimore. The reason why these cats are not putting in the work is because they were sold a bag of goods. They have an audience to feed, which are the low-hanging people in boxing. And every time they cry victim or cry woe is me, they just attract more people. So they keep crying woe is me. I'm the injured black man and this, you so injured, but you surrounded by white folks at your company. You surrounded by them. I don't want to hear that mess. And Jerry, your coach.
Go ahead, I hear you. Just keep talking, I hear you.
Okay, yeah. Jerry was being condescending. I can't stand people like that. He comes in and he was just his whole tone of voice and everything he was saying. Let me say this before, and then I'll jump off here. As far as it goes with white fighters, the top white fighters of today currently, you can't tell me one of them who doesn't have a black man behind them or who hasn't patented their style after a black fighter. If you could name me one, well, hallelujah. Tyson Fury, black man behind him. He mentioned the Klitschko brothers. They were taught in the same Crunk gym, which was run by a black man, right? As far as Canelo, He's got his. I can really say he learned a lot by that fight with Floyd, and he made it into his own. He's not white, right? But I just want to throw that out there. Name me a current European fighter, white, whatever you want to call them, that doesn't have a black man next to him, behind him, or got his style from a black fighter. Just name me one, and I will shut up. Thank you, Jerry.
All right, shout out. I listen. I don't know if you know, when he called in, I said, "Oh, Jerry from BMO, I know exactly who you are." Do you remember when I said that?
Yeah, I heard him.
No. Hear me out. I knew exactly who he was because we went at it before, right? I know exactly who he was. But shout out to Troy Graham.
Yeah.
Shout out to Troy Graham. Shout out to you, fam. Shout out to my brother Troy from BMO in the building. Phone lines is hot. I got to get to these super chats, man. And I got to get to the people in the comments. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Eddie. I'm from Carson, Texas.
Eddie from Carson, Texas. Talk to me, fam. What you want to talk about?
First of all, much respect and love to you, Coach. And I was just thinking, do these fighters, do they actually need Canelo? Like, do they really need him? And can't they just, build their own resume and make their own history? I mean, I'm pretty sure if they fought, one of the top fighters and they have a badass fight, I mean, that can solidify their legacy. I could be wrong, but that's just what I think. What do you think, Coach?
No, you're not wrong. I mean, if you look at people like Pernell Whitaker, Julio Cesar Chavez, you look at Salvador Sanchez, you look at Roberto Duran, Thomas Hearns, Marvin Hagler. These guys had legacy-defining fights. They kept fighting. Hagler had 50 fights before he even got a shot at the title. These guys didn't sit around waiting and just waiting for one guy. They fought everybody. And what I noticed about this show, and I'm gonna let you go, Eddie. I totally agree with you. But Eddie, man, anything else you want to say, my brother? I'm gonna give you a chance to wrap it up.
That was it, bro. That was it.
Salute to Eddie calling from Carson, Texas, man. Salute to you. Shout out to my brother, man, Eddie. See, let me get the super chats out the way. Shout out to Jamie Nieto for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, man, I'm gonna tell you, Canelo living rent-free in Floyd's head. He doesn't do an interview without bringing him up. Also, you missed my my second prize super chat code. Man, hey, bro, you see how I missed it. You see how I missed it. There's a whole lot of shit going on. So I forgot if I missed the super chat. Anybody super chat I missed, I'm sorry. You see, I'm trying to multitask. We got over 400 people in the thing. I have no excuses for that, Jamie Nieto, but I really apologize for that if I missed your on super chat, brother. But this shit is just crazy. Now I'm gonna address something though. Shout out to Lionel Salvador for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
I can't be mad at Canelo for fighting like he does, like he's still hungry 5 times a year. If Boo Boo wants to fight, move up. You got the WBO become the mandatory. Yes, Andrade has moved up. He has moved up. Andrade has moved up. Now, the topic of the show was this. Why some fighters want to be Canelo without putting in the work. Boxing is bigger than one fighter. We went from that to race. I want you to understand this. The topic of the show is why some fighters, let me make sure I get it right, why some fighters want to be Canelo without putting in the work. What do I mean by that? I mean being active. Of course, you're not Canelo. Canelo is the cash cow in boxing. You're not him. You can't move the way he moves, but you can become active. You can create your own lane, your legacy. Canelo is not stopping any of these fighters from fighting each other. That's why I played the interview of Canelo, what he did with Ellie Setback. That's why I played that. No racism, white supremacy is stopping Jamal Charlo from fighting David Benavidez. No racism, white supremacy is stopping Jamal Charlo from fighting Demetrius Andrade. No racism, white supremacy is stopping Jamal Charlo from fighting Daniel Jacobs. No racism, white supremacy stopped him from, made him turn down the fight, turn down the opportunity. I think it was $7 million, something like that. It's something like that. I don't remember the dollar amount. Turning down the opportunity to fight Canelo in 2019. So my thing is this here. You know, we went from what the subject matter was to race. And you know why we went to race? Because I know these guys very well. I know these guys very well. I got a GED, you know what I mean? But I got a master's degree in common sense. I know these guys very well. And I know that anytime you mention Canelo, it brings out a certain element of people who watching boxing right now. They become irrational. They get mad. They talk violently on the internet. They ain't gonna do shit, but you know, nothing to worry about. They ain't gonna do shit. But you know, this is what they do. I'm like, dude, what the fuck all this shit got to do with the subject matter? Has nothing to do with it, but that's how these guys are. That's how these guys are. So I just sit back and listen to them. I understand them very well. Brother, what does that have to do with the subject matter? This dude, when they're talking about, well, back here, he did this, and well, this guy couldn't do that, and Pookie Rod, Ray, and Laquita said this, and I don't like your channel, and yada, yada, yada. Dude, you have to subscribe in order to leave a comment. If you don't like the channel, why are you here? There's some LDBC channels that you can go to. You can go to Dante's Race Baiting Nation. You can go to Ike TV. There's other channels that you can go to. Like, why do they come over here? I have no idea. But this is not the race show, but I understand these guys very well. Now let's get back to Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, what I don't like is this, and I want to talk to Tank about this. You can't be wearing Canelo gloves and he's rooting against
Let's hear what Floyd has to say.
You know, I don't get it. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't do it.
Okay.
And then it's not like, I mean, some gloves we can wear 1,000 different gloves.
Okay.
It's always going to be the same. But
okay,
I can't wear your gloves and you root against me.
Let's get to the point.
Floyd, we just recently saw Canelo win undisputed at 168. As the only person that's defeated him, what have you seen of yourself?
I want you to hear what Floyd says.
As of the last couple of years after he fought you.
Okay, let's continue.
Same fighter. It's the same fighter. It's crazy that they was like,
okay, here you go.
Canelo, in his prime.
Talk to him, Floyd.
He'd have been a different fighter. When I fought him, he was in his prime.
Okay.
Go back and look at me. I was the best when I was in my 20s.
Yeah, you was the best, Floyd. That's true. It's facts.
When I fought Canelo, I was almost 40 years old.
Okay.
You know.
Here it goes.
And a lot of times they're gonna keep asking me about the Canelo fight.
Okay.
And I already know when they write about it, they're gonna make it seem like, you know, the headline, they're gonna make it
get to the point. Get to the point.
Seem like a beef. I mean, it seems like it's a beef. It's not a beef. I like Canelo.
Hold on. Maybe I missed it.
I like his work.
Maybe I missed it. Hold on.
But we're forgetting about
hold on.
Boost Ennis.
All right. There you go. I missed it. There you go.
But like me, you know, when I was in the position, I can
here you go.
Quote unquote cruise away. I mean,
here you go right here. Listen, guys.
Gym, the guys really getting the best of him in the Mayweather boxing gym. So if he's going to quote unquote cruise away, I mean, that's good. We got a lot. Benavidez can go and beat that same guy.
Okay.
He can beat that same guy at 168.
All right,
so he's not doing nothing, you know, like I said before. But when you are put in a certain position,
okay,
he should be I mean, he's able to, like me. You know, when I was in the position, I can pick and choose who I want to, because I earned that right. But
now, did you hear what he said? He said, when I was in that position, I can pick and choose who I want to because I earned that right. It's funny because today, the boy from Mexico, Canelo Alvarez, he's able to pick and choose who he wants to fight because he earned that right, according to Floyd Mayweather. The same guys who didn't have a problem when Floyd did it, they have a problem that Canelo is doing it. And I'm trying to figure out why. It seemed like it's a double standard there. Listen, Floyd Mayweather just admitted, and I'm gonna let you hear it again. Let me hear it again.
Do I like me? You know, when I was in the position, I can pick and choose who I want to, because I earned that right.
Okay.
But me, when you are put in a certain position,
okay,
he should be I mean, he's able to, like me. You know, when I was in the position, I can pick and choose who I want to.
Okay.
Because I earned that right.
That's what he said. That's what he said. So the hypocrisy and the double standards is what I point out. The hypocrisy and the double standards is what I point out. Let me put the phone line back up, because these guys kill me with their double standards. They kill me with their double standards. Floyd Mayweather, you know, and I love Floyd Mayweather. He specifically said that when I was in the position, I got a chance to pick and choose who I wanted to fight. He said, because I earned that right. But the same guys are criticizing Canelo. He's fighting another undefeated fighter in another weight division. That's a problem. And then He don't want to fight any other black fighters, and then you want to screen racism. My thing is this. If you feel like that Canelo Alvarez is such a big racist that he hate blacks and he don't want to fight black fighters, why are these black fighters trying to chase a racist to fight him? If you feel that way. And why are you, the same people who are saying this shit, why are you crying that your fighter is not able to fight Canelo right now at the moment? And 1 minute you say he's a racist, he don't like blacks. Another minute you say he's ducking and dodging. You say all this other shit while ignoring the fact that the guy who you say is the monster turned down the opportunity to fight this guy in 2019. He's fought 0 champions since he's been in the middleweight division. And if you feel that way, why are you upset that these black fighters are still chasing this guy who you say is a racist? He don't want to fight them to try to get a fight with him instead of fighting each other. Again, the title of the show. As I said before, at the end of the show, at the end of the title, it says boxing is bigger than one guy. It's bigger than Canelo. Why these guys are not fighting each other? You don't have to sweat one guy. Boxing is more fighters. Listen, these guys can make millions of dollars fighting each other. They can do that, but they won't. And some of these guys are with the same promotional company. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's it. All the other shit about, what happened in the 40s and, and yeah, man, you a coon if you don't agree with me. Yeah, well, whatever. Say what you want to say. I ain't tripping on that shit. I'm not finna have Mexican gymnastics with these dudes. Not me. You're not finna blow my high. You're not finna blow my high. Niggas want to play the race card. That's fine. That's fine. I ain't got no problem with that. If that's what they want to do, so be it. We got another call calling it. I don't like the fact that he picking and choosing while ignoring the fact that Floyd Mayweather said he did the same thing when he was in the position. Caller, what's your name? When you're calling from?
Jamie from New York.
Jamie from New York. Jamie, talk to me. What you want to talk about?
Sir. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing good, brother. Talk to me.
Good. I'm glad. Listen, I'm calling in to give you your props, man, and respect. You took it easy on that guy, man. Usually you be body slamming these fanboys. You hear me?
Yeah.
You did good, bro. I'm proud of you, man. And another thing, you were talking about what's his name? Gary Antoine Russell yesterday?
Yes, sir. You
know who he reminds me of?
Who?
Who reminds me of? I'm gonna make it quick. James Kirkland. Remember that kid?
Oh,
when
James
Ann Wolf in the corner at the
James
coach?
Kirkland. Yeah. James
Remember
Kirkland.
him? He was very aggressive, but his defense wasn't that great.
Yeah. Damn, I forgot.
So this kid, he's nice. Yeah. Cause I heard you talking like James Kirkland, but I meant to call in yesterday to tell you that. But yeah, that's what he reminds me of. He needs to work on his defense a little bit. But that kid is a problem, man. He can fight, bro.
Yeah.
And another thing, Coach, listen, I want to know if I'm breaking the rules, man, because I'm a fanboy of your show, man.
No,
I'm a fanboy, bro. My wife told me.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Coach, my wife told me that sources say I'm a fanboy of you, man. Your show. I cannot stop watching you.
What you say? Repeat what you said.
That's it, man. That's it. My wife and I discovered you like 3 months ago, man, and we love your show, man. We respect everything that you do. You don't see color of the skin. You always keep it 100, and I just want to give you respect for that, man. That's it. Salute to you, Coach.
All right, salute.
That's all I got to say.
All right, yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
Arlette, my sister Arlette says, Coach only talks up when these idiots LDBC talk crazy, never addresses these super Canelo fans or Fury racist fans. Arlette, that's not true. I went to war with these guys last year. I went to war with the Canelo fanboys last year. I went to war with I had a Fury fanboy who called in last year. Fury fanboy. Now, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you, Arlette. None of them have called me out of my name. I haven't had any experiences with them as it relates to that. They haven't called me out of my name. But I went to war with these guys last year. I had like 300-400 people just unsubscribe. No, I ain't gonna say 300-400 people. That's a lot. I probably had like 200-300 people unsubscribe last year. You know what I mean? So I get it. I understand your position, Arlette. I understand you hate Canelo. You don't like Canelo. I understand you feel like that, hey, you're not attacking these other guys. You're not going at them. Yeah, I get it. If that's how you feel, Arlette, so be it. I'm not here to change your mind. Think what you want to think, sis. I totally disagree with you on that, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Feel how you want to feel. It is of no consequence to me, to be honest with you. Let's see. What did brother say? He said, I think you should address the Super Canelo racist fans. Nobody is saying to not address them. I have addressed, though. As a matter of fact, the super racist Canelo fans, they don't even come over here. The super racist Canelo fans, like, if there's some in the chat, just point them out to me. Period. Like, show me who's a super racist Canelo fan in the chat right now. Period. Just show them to me. Those guys have channels. Those guys have channels that they go to. Just show them to me. Period. What the brother said right here? He said King Kong, he coach got a video addressing the Fury fan. Yeah, the fanboys. The fanboys. And as I said before, these guys don't come over here and start all that crazy shit like saying nigger and this and that. Yeah, they don't do that shit over here. They don't do that shit over here. But if someone is feeling some type of way about it, then so be it. I understand where you're coming from. We can agree to disagree on that. I'm not gonna get she says they come over here every time you talk about Canelo. All right, let's address the super racist Canelo fans. They turned this show into the race show. I swear to God, you motherfuckers make me sick with this race shit. But we're gonna address it. If you are a super Canelo racist fan that comes on my show, please don't come over here. I don't give a fuck about you Canelo racists. I don't give a fuck about you Latino or Hispanic racists. I don't give a fuck about the black racists. I don't give a fuck about the white racists. I did this shit for 25 years. I did it for 25 years. I understand the mentality very well. Every time I mention Canelo, it brings out the ugly in everybody, so to speak. It's like we having a damn Klan rally or something. I get it. I understand. And I understand if you feel some type of way about it, okay, fine. If you feel like that I'm running cover for Canelo racist fans, who I have not seen. I got over 400 people in the chat. I have not seen them. And they don't address me. And if they here now, please point them out. Please point them out. Point them out, Arlette. Where are they, Arlette? I don't give a fuck about no races. Anybody think that I'm a sympathizer for racism, whether they come from Hispanics, whites, or whoever, you's a goddamn fool. And if you feel that way, then guess what? You probably need to get the fuck from around here. And I honestly mean that. I honestly feel that way. Shout out to MAW for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said problem is Floyd over-popularized, undefeated, and fans quick to shit on guys like those, so they won't take some more risks. Yeah, I mean, as it relates to why these guys won't take the risks and fight each other, you know, it's a whole lot of shit that goes on. There's a whole lot of shit that goes on. Shout out to Eric Cruz for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, I'm a Canelo fan and Latino, but I love my Latino and black people. You know, it is what it is. Like, bro, like this shit is crazy. Like the position that I come from, dog, I did this shit for 25 years. I did this shit for 25 years. And I get it from both. Check this out. Put yourself in my shoes. Black American born in America. I have Hispanics that say that I'm racist against Hispanics. They don't like me. Fanboys of Teofimo Lopez and Canelo Alvarez and other Latino fighters, right? Hispanic fighters, so to speak. I have white fans that say I'm racist towards Tyson Fury, and they say that I'm racist. I have black fans that say I'm a coon Uncle Tom sellout. I have Asian fans say that I'm racist against Filipinos because they didn't like the way that I spoke about Manny Pacquiao last year when he lost. So apparently, according to the narrative, Coach Malachi Williams is racist against Hispanics, is racist against whites, is racist against Asians, and is a race sympathizer for all the other races, and I'm a coon Uncle Tom a sellout against people who look like me. I'm gonna tell you guys something. I don't give a fuck about you. I don't give a fuck about anybody who feel like that I'm racist, anybody who feel like that I'm a sympathizer for Canelo racist and Tyson Fury racist or whatever the case may be. If you feel that way, get your ass off the block and take your ass off my channel. I give a fuck about you. Black, I give a fuck about the black one. I give a fuck about the white one, the Hispanic and the Asian. I give two fucks. I really don't. And I mean that. Male or female, doesn't matter to me. That's all you motherfuckers do. That's all you do. That's all you do. Shout out to Edward Cruz. For drop. Oh, I already got that super chat out of the way. Boxing, this shit is ugly as hell. But with the boxing fans, the beta males, just a whole lot of shit going on in the sport of boxing. This is the shit I'm talking about. You prove my point every day. You prove my point every day. Trust me, I know. I automatically know. I know what I'm doing over here. I know who gonna say what. I know what they're gonna say, how they're gonna say. I know their trigger points. And I know how you really feel about me. And it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I have no problem with that. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to continue to do what I'm going to do. Period. My channel is not for everybody. I'm sorry that I'm not your average LDBC channel. I'm sorry that I'm not, well, I'm not sorry. That if you was looking for more of the Hispanic channels, the ones that are racist. The white channels, I don't even know any white channel. The only one I know is Sporting Icons. The ones who are racist. I get it. This is what you guys want to talk about all the goddamn time. It's fine. You show me who you are every goddamn day. It is what it is, though. We're going to continue, though. Again, I want to address this one more time. If you're black and you feel like I'm a coon Uncle Tom sellout, I run cover for Hispanic racism and stuff like that. If you feel that way, this is not the spot for you. Because you're dead wrong about me if that's the way you feel. I go by my experiences. If you go look at some of my archives, I can show you the videos where I address this shit. But hey, you know what I mean? I got racists, I got people from all over the world saying that same shit. It is what it is. It is what it is. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Let's continue though. I like the fact that right here, I want to show you guys something. Last year I did a show. I gave all of the options that the guys saw waiting on Canelo Alvarez. I say, dude, you guys are in a prime position. Andrade, Charlo, Benavidez. I said, you guys are in a prime position to where you can corner the market in boxing. You guys with the same promotional company. Instead of putting all this energy on one guy, being obsessed with this one guy. You have an opportunity to build your own brand and like really make millions of dollars fighting each other. I brought that up. We did a whole show on that. Guess what? Niggas want to talk about race. Niggas want to talk about race. I'm like, are we talking about boxing or are we talking about race? You can go to Sinetta TV. You can go to Dr. Umar Johnson. You can go to Tariq Nasheed. You can go to any of your local LDBC channels. You can go to Dante's Boxing Nation. It's a Aki TV, Punch Drunk. You can go to any of those guys if you want a strong dose of racism. If that's what you want. If you want me to be an advocate, a social justice warrior for racism on your behalf, you got the wrong channel. You got the wrong channel. I got to smoke weed to just do this show just to, the weed is wearing off now and I'm getting irritated. The weed is wearing off now, I'm getting irritated. When I get irritated, I give 2 fucks. I give 2 fucks when I get irritated. So, trying not to show that side of me, but it is what it is. But you guys who keep pushing this racial narrative shit, you motherfuckers make me sick. You make me sick. And if you are the racial narrative type person, again, if you feel some type of way about me, please unsubscribe. I don't want you over here. Please unsubscribe. Don't never come back in life if you feel that way, okay? Let's get back to boxing. Boxing and racism have been entwined since the beginning for casuals. Boxing fans love the purity of the sport. Like Smith and West, I'm trying to figure out, I'm like, bro, like, but I knew, but it's my fault. I knew the way this show was going. I knew it. Because every time I talk about this guy, this is what they say. They say the same shit. I know them very well. They don't like Canelo. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. If you don't like Canelo, you don't like Canelo. Fine. I ain't tripping shit. I'm not no advocate for Canelo. I'm asking like, damn, dog, put the work in. You guys, instead of waiting on this one goddamn guy. Shout out to Mike from Boston. I'm like, shit, instead of waiting on this one goddamn guy, man, fuck him. I'm like, fuck Canelo, man. Y'all do your own thing. Marvin Hagler did it. Pernell Whitaker did it. Roy Jones did it. Sugar Ray Robinson did it. In the most racist of times. Ali did it. Roberto Duran did it. Salvador Sanchez did it. The list goes on and on and on. B-Hop did it. These people went through some real issues in order to get to the point of where the sport is at today. Sorry if you want me to relitigate the 60s for you. This ain't the channel for you, dog. I hope I made myself clear. It is what it is. I hope I made myself clear. Yeah, that was a new member. Shout out to you, fam. That was a new member. Let's see. Who else got something to say? Let's see. Con Chandler said the history of boxing is tied to race, and those roots exist. Evolution is paramount, though. And my thing is, what does it have to do with the subject matter? That's the whole goddamn thing. What does it have to do with the subject matter? What does it have to do with the subject matter? What does it have to do with, okay, Lou, we waiting on this one guy. We got an opportunity to fight each other, to create our own lane. Because you still got to fight. You still got to, fight in order to take care of your family. You still got to do that. So why not fight each other? Those are big fights. He's not the only big fight. Is he the biggest fish? Yes, he is. He's the killer whale. Facts. He is the killer whale. That's facts. But you guys got an opportunity to, you know what, man? Let's go ahead and make us some millions of dollars over here. Build our own brand. Especially if you feel the way you feel about this guy. That's my whole point. Everybody misses that point. Everybody misses that point. Con Shiner, he says, you know what it has to do? What the subject, I believe. Everybody misses that point. Jerome Benjamin said, I think Coach needs some of that sticky. Yeah, it's wearing off now. Smith and West, what you say, my brother? He said that's Al Heyman's fault too, though. A lot of blaming going around. A lot of blaming going around, a lot of victimhood shit going around. Like that shit, the shit ain't got nothing to do with boxing. Like, nigga, this ain't the 60s no more. This ain't the 60s, this ain't the 70s. This is 2022. Why you ain't fighting this guy? Why you not fighting that guy? Why you not fighting this guy? That's what I'm asking. Yeah. Let's see. He said these fighters don't want to fight no more, coach. They smart, retire young, and that. Okay, if they don't want to fight no more, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Giovanni said, facts. Race doesn't have anything to do with dudes being scared to take that O. If you had to take that first O, they see how great Floyd is, and they think because he was undefeated. No, it's because they made the right fight, made real fights happen. And that's my whole point, the work ethic. Like, a lot of people want to be Floyd Mayweather, but they don't want to be Pretty Boy Floyd. They want to be Money May, but they don't want to be Pretty Boy Floyd. Pretty Boy Floyd had to have some. Pretty Boy Floyd had some legacy-defining fights. That's the whole point. Floyd wasn't waiting around on fighters. They like to quote Floyd, but Floyd wasn't waiting around on fighters. De La Hoya wasn't waiting around on fighters. Pernell Whitaker wasn't waiting around on fighters. Simon Brown wasn't waiting around on fighters. Julian Jackson wasn't waiting around on fighters. Bernard Hopkins wasn't waiting around on fighters. We're going to fight the next motherfucker that comes up, but we're going to keep knocking them down until we get to that tree. Some people get there faster than others. That is true. But my whole point is this here. There's no need of sitting around being inactive and then crying and bitching and moaning at the same time. That ain't going to change shit. You still need to fight. You still got to get better at your craft. That's my whole thing. This shit went from there to something else. Shout out to Arlette for dropping that $2 bam super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Arlette said, why Canelo shows always turns toxic? Arlette. Let's do this, Arlette. Let's do this. As a matter of fact, let's do this. Hold on. We got David Benavidez. My brother Andrade. Let's do this. Let's see. That's David Benavidez. This the question I have right here. Again, I don't have a problem with anybody feeling any kind of way. Love Canelo, hate Canelo. I'm not, that's not my job to defend Canelo. If you don't like him or like him, I care nothing about that. He's a multimillionaire, one of the richest boxers in boxing. I think he might be the richest boxer in boxing. I ain't getting a goddamn check from neither one of them. The question is, and this is the question. The question is, why some fighters want to be Canelo? When I say Canelo, I mean be in his position without putting in the work. What is the work? The work is the way this guy fights. Well, how many times he fights per year? The boy had 4 fights in 11 months. That's the work that I'm talking about. I'm talking about the work that it's going to take in order to get to that level. You niggas want to be victims? Scream racism and white supremacy? So be it. You can do that. If that's what you want, so be it. I understand. I get it. All that other shit, y'all can have that shit. And I mean that. Now, let's see. So, all I'm saying is this. From a work ethic standpoint, I am of the opinion that the guy who has fought 19 world champions, 7 of them undefeated, of going into that. So I think he's either 18 world champions and 6 of them are undefeated, and he's going into his 19. I think it's one of the two. I want to say it's the first one. Those 19 world champions, 7 undefeated. 31 years old. Same age as these fighters who you say that he's ducking. And that's fine if you feel that way. When I ask you why they're not fighting each other and why are they sitting around waiting on this one guy, you catch a hissy fit. You get mad, you get emotional. I told you there's a lot of beta males in boxing today. These beta males make me sick. These I'll be sure-ish, Ralph Tresvant, Mammoth, these beta males make me sick. Whether it's Hispanic beta males, white beta males, Asian beta males, black beta males. They're still males and they're betas. Overly sensitive, overly emotional. As a matter of fact, overly emotional, very impulsive, and I broke this shit down not too long ago. Very impulsive. I broke down his victim mentality shit. I broke it down right here. Hold on. We got a call calling in. I broke this shit down right here. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Ant from Philly.
What you say your name is?
Ant, A-N-T, Ant, like Anthony.
Okay, Ant. Okay, Ant from Philly. Talk to me, brother. Talk to me. What you want to talk about?
I'm just picking your brain, bro. I just want to know what you think about Canelo versus Bivol. Who you got? Why you got him?
Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. That's a 50-50 fight. I'm kind of on the fence right now.
Yeah.
I'm kind of on the fence right now about it. Like that boy Bivol is that boy can fight. That boy can fight it good, and this ain't gonna be no walk in the park for Canelo. Canelo can possibly lose this fight. I think it's a 50-50 fight.
Yo.
I think that Bivol, his footwork is good. He works behind the jab. He understands distance. He has good timing. Canelo's gonna have to get on the inside, maybe try to get his timing down. I think it's gonna be more of a chess match. This is a 50-50 fight, bro. And I honestly mean that from the bottom of my heart. This is a 50-50 fight to me. I can see Canelo.
No,
I'm saying to me, that's how I feel.
Yeah, No, I feel you. I just wanted to get your thoughts on that or whatever, because I felt like that was, to me, a harder fight than Butterbeef maybe, just because of the style. I know Butterbeef can punch and all that, but Bivol, he can, he's a legit 175 and he can box. So it's like the style for me was like, yo, that's a harder fight. I'm surprised he's taking that before Triple G and before, who was it, Ryder or something like that? Whatever it was.
Yeah, Ryder. Like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like, bro, he might lose this fight, bro. I can see him losing this fight. Honestly, I can see him losing this fight.
Yeah, that was because before he moved up, that was the one bull I was like, yo, that might be the only person I can see beating him, and he's fighting him. So it's like, yo, I gotta respect that man. You got to.
Now,
that's a fight.
I think
it's a real fight.
Yeah, I think I do want to see him fight Charlo and David Benavidez as well. I want to see those fights. The reason why I want to see those fights, because we need to put this shit to bed. You see what I'm saying? Like we need to put it to bed once and for all. Like there's no one want to see that fight more than me. I'm gonna tell you why, because we got to put it to bed. You're saying that Jamal Charlo is this killer, is this assassin. He's a slick black fighter. He's gonna be the one to beat Canelo. I want to see that fight so we can find out if you are right or if you're wrong. Right. That's why I want to see that fight. But Jamal Charlo is a middleweight. So he's a middleweight. He has not moved up to super middleweight as of yet. So, we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. I'm hearing that he's supposed to fight Caleb Plant next. Hopefully that does happen. I think that's going to be a good fight. Caleb Plant, with his experience coming off of the Canelo loss and Jamal Charlo moving up in weight, I would love to see that fight. I want to see those fights. I like that fight too. I want to see those fights, bro, for the simple fact that I want to put this shit to bed. I really do. You know what I mean? So shout out to Ant, man. Ant, thank you for calling in, my brother. Salute to you, bro. Salute to Ant. Yes, sir. Salute to Ant caller from Philly, man. My mother grew up in Philly. My mother became a Black Panther in Philly. My mother became a Black Panther in Philly in the 60s. Well, the 60s? No. Yeah, the 60s. The 60s, yeah. The 60s. The 60s. Let's see. Let's go back over here, though. What is a victim mentality? A victim, as a matter of fact, let's blow this shit on up. I want to show you how this shit is relative to the conversations, the calls that we got today. What is a victim mentality? Victim mentality is a term used in the psychological community that refers to someone who essentially seeks evidence at best or creates their own evidence, meaning their narrative out of thin air at worst, to automatically place themselves in as the abused party. These people are always wronged. They're always the persecuted ones. The white man is, racist or white supremacy is the reason why Jamal Charlo can't get this fight, and Canelo is racist, and this and that, and Hispanics is racist against the blacks. The blacks is racist against the Hispanics. Well, black people can't be racist. There's no such thing as black people being racist. I know that. You got that from Neely Fuller. I know that frame of thought. I believe that for years. And they always doing this. They always doing this to us and that, and it's us against everybody. And while we bang on each other and do this stuff there, I understand the mentality very well. It was me for 25 years. I'm a professional at that shit. Let's see. They are the victim of another person's actions, life circumstances. When I can't get this fight, it's because of racism. In every situation under the sun, people who have a victim mentality truly believe that they have no control over what happens in their own life. And they believe that they have no control what happens in someone else's life, right? They think that the results they get in life have nothing to do with them. Oh man, we can't fight nobody else. We got to wait on Canelo. And if we can't get Canelo, then it's the system, and racism is the reason why my favorite fighter can't get this. And if you don't acknowledge that, you're a cool Uncle Thomas sellout. They think that the results in life that they get have nothing to do with them, and that everyone is out to get, hurt, betray, deceive, use, and abuse them. Everything is because of everyone else. It's hard to trust someone with a victim mentality because these people lack trust within themselves. They are highly offended. When they get offended, easily triggered, and about as predictable as the sun rising and setting. They are highly offended, easily triggered, and they are as predictable as the sun rising and setting. These guys are very predictable to me. I know what they're going to say before they even say it. I know which fighter to do a show about, which going to bring out the ugliness in everybody, every race. I was you for 25 years. I know you very well. I was you for 25 years. I know you. I had no idea when I started a boxing channel that you niggas would be over here. You know what I mean? But I know you very well. I was you for 25 years. From 1991 to 2016. And prior to that, I was already radicalized by my mother. Yeah. Shout out to Mo, MAW. For dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He says, to be like Canelo, guys gotta not care about Mandos. Keep moving, fighting other guys with belts. But have to build popularity and money backing, in my opinion. Well, if you're with the PBC got the money, right? They got the money team over there and stuff like that. They're with Al Heyman, so they do have the money that's backing them. They do have the money that's backing them. You know what I mean? To be fair. So if you're with the PBC, that shouldn't be a problem. That shouldn't be a problem. Deuce Trey said, can you FaceTime? He said, can you FaceTime call on the show? No, you can't do that. I can't drop a link to let people come on, but no, you can't do that. I get it though. I get it. I understand. Trust me, I understand. But you're not gonna get me rattled. I've been doing this shit too long. I know your playbook very well. I know your playbook very well. I really do. I know your playbook very well. Again, which fighter you love, which fighter you hate, no problem with me. I have no problem with that. I don't care nothing about how you feel personally. I'm not dealing with the emotions of how you feel. I'm dealing with, hey, some of these fighters, they should be fighting each other. Instead of waiting on this one guy like he's Almighty God, you are in control of your own destiny and you can create your own lane. Now, if you are a victim, you don't feel that way. Victims do not feel that they are in control of their own destiny. Victims feel the total opposite of that. That's what victims do. Let's continue. It wasn't, so as a matter of fact, now that's what this guy said right here. But I want you to remember this, right? A person with the victimhood mentality, they are highly offended. Oh, what do you mean? What do you mean? What you mean you don't agree with me? Oh, bitch ass nigga. Oh, bitch ass nigga. What you doing over here? I'm gonna pull up. I got shooters. They get highly offended, easily triggered. When I see your ass, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. You don't never talk about nobody else. Yada, yada, yada. They're easily triggered, and they are as predictable as the sun rising and setting. Know what they're gonna say before they even say it? It's called trigger words, guys. Canelo Alvarez is a trigger word in boxing. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, this is Jesse.
Jesse, where you calling from?
Yeah, we're calling from Phoenix, Arizona.
Phoenix, Arizona. Jesse, talk to me. What you want to talk about?
Yes, sir. I was telling you, where's all the other good boxers like the Cuban fighter Morel? Where's you know, the shoes? Where's you know, other good fighters that should fight Andrade or should fight Benavidez? Benavidez should be fighting these guys too. And these are good fighters, you know. Also, Charlo, I would love to see Charlo fight in Mexico, maybe 2023.
Yo, fight who though? Fight who? You talking about him and Canelo?
Yeah, Canelo and Charlo. Charlo keeps saying, "Hey, let's do it in Mexico."
Yeah.
So Canelo should have an open mind for Charlo.
Right,
and he promised the people he would fight Charlo. So let's do it in Mexico.
Right. Listen, I want to see that fight. Oh, sorry about that. I want to see that fight bad. The Charlo and Canelo fight. I want to see that fight bad because
yes,
we got to put this to rest.
Yes.
I want the fight to happen because we have to put this shit to rest. But I'm gonna tell you what's going to happen.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. If this fight happens, and if Canelo beats Charlo, what do you think was going to be said after that?
You know what? You know what? A lot of haters will be silenced because, you know, I like Charlo as well. You know, but the thing is that they don't give Canelo that credit.
Listen, that's fine. If they don't want to give him credit, that's fine. Now, on the flip side, if that fight happens with Canelo and Charlo, if Charlo beats Canelo, then everyone who was saying that the reason why Canelo been ducking Charlo while omitting the fact that Charlo had an opportunity to fight Canelo in 2019 and he turned down the fight to fight him, they always omit that. That's no problem. I get it. They put you in the narrative. But all of those guys, they would say, see, this is facts. This is proof of why Canelo was ducking Jamal Charlo because he knew that Charlo was going to be the one that beat him. So we need to see that fight in order to get the answers to those questions.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, but Jesse,
yes.
Shout out to you, my brother, for calling in for Phoenix. Okay.
I love your show. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
I want to see that fight. Bye. I swear I want to see that fight. So we got to put this shit to bed.
To accept, press 1.
Hold on.
To send a voicemail, press 2.
Sorry about that, guys. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
How you doing? This is Leo from San Antonio.
Leo from San Antonio. Talk to me, fam. What you want to talk about?
Hey, so I was hearing that previous caller, and he was saying that a lot of haters would be silent. Sadly, haters would never be silent because they'll find something else to hate on Canelo. Whatever he does, if he fights Charlo in Mexico and beats him, there's going to be something else to hate on him.
You know, but again, or if Charlo and Canelo fight and Charlo beats him, you know, it can go the other way too. It can go the other way too because Charlo have haters as well. He have people who hate him as well. You know, I'm one of Jamal Charlo's biggest critics because, you know, I feel like he's a very talented fighter. And I feel like that he doesn't have to sit back and be at the whims of a fighter who's not telling him, who's not stringing him along. Like, dude, you very talented. You could have unified the division in the middleweight division. You could have said, you know what, Boo Andrade, look, man, Canelo didn't want to fight you or whatever the case may be. I'll fight you. Let's make that shit happen. Two black fighters fighting each other for unified, you know, to see who's gonna be unified champion. If you're stuck on the skin color of the fighter, that's fine. I have no problem with that. But what I'm saying is these guys could have mixed it up themselves while waiting on Canelo if that's what they want to do. That's all I'm saying. All the other shit, I ain't, you know, you hate them, you love them. It is what it is. You know, people, you know, if that's how people feel, that's how people feel. I'm not here to even argue any of that. I'm saying I want to see this fight happen better than a hog needs slop. You want to know why? Because we got to put this shit to bed about if, you know, we got to put this shit to bed. That's all. And I point out the double standards and the hypocrisies about it. Go ahead, my brother.
No, you're exactly right. And history kind of gives you a little snippet, like you know, when Victor Ortiz fought oh man, I forgot who it was. It was a 12 round slugfest, and he was supposed to be the next Floyd Mayweather. It was Floyd's last fight. He was supposed to be the next Floyd Mayweather. Victor Ortiz beats him, and then he just gets the shot. So I mean, you know, if that fight happened, if Andrade and Charlo would have happened, I guarantee it, you know, a lot more people would have been calling for Charlo and Andrade to happen. But over here, everybody's looking at, you know, another Triple G fight. The Bivol fight looks good. They're looking at Benavidez now. So I mean, that should have happened. And now there's another kid coming up, Jaime Munguia, who's coming up, who's nipping at their toes at 162. So hopefully it's gonna be a heck of a year of boxing. Hopefully they just start fighting everybody, so we could get more fights. Because I mean, I don't care about the racism. All I care is about fights. Because a right hook is blind to any race.
Man, like, bro, like. Yeah, man, for sure. Leo, man, shout out to you, fam, for calling in. San Antonio. Salute to you, my brother. Salute to Leo for calling in from San Antonio. Phone lines is hot. We're going on almost 3 hours, bro. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, how's it going, Marty? This is the Face of Boxing over here in California. How's Miami doing?
On the Face of Boxing, from Cali. Talk to me, bro. I'm actually in Tampa right now. I'm actually in Tampa, Florida right now. But the weather is good. It's hot as hell outside.
It's over here. It's like 80 degrees over here too, where I'm at. I'm at Central Valley.
Yeah. Okay. Talk to me, bro.
Well,
hold on. Talk to me. Talk to me.
All right, now I can. Okay. Big time boxing fan. Marvin Hagler, Sugar Ray, good old Duran, all them good boys. You know, good old fashioned fights. Salvador Sanchez, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
We love
R.I.P.
Bud Crawford. We love Charlo. Remember Salvador Sanchez?
Salvador Sanchez.
Okay.
R.I.P. Marvin Hagler as well.
Yep. All them guys, Lupe Pintor. Well, Canelo, great athlete, the best resume that a kid could have. That's paved. We gotta admit, though, he's a paved. He wasn't a Jordan. Like he didn't create his own legacy. He got. It's like a toll bridge. He had a lot of toll bridges, and he was set up to get paid and whatnot. What a lot of people don't understand, that boxing isn't just about making the better fights. It's about a business, showtime, showbiz. First showtime, show business, and then the competition. There's a lot of things involved in the contract. Dehydration clause, rematch clause, all kinds of BS involved. Canelo's a great fighter, but he's not. He's top 5, top 6, just because of the opposition. He fights the guys, and his management team knows this. He's fighting Triple G. He fought an older Triple G. The best fight he had was that one kid that gave him trouble. And Bud Crawford, if he goes up, he beats the hell out of all the guys that Canelo beat. I see even Spence giving Canelo trouble. Andre Ward coming out of retirement. Charlo brothers, either one will. My point is this. My point is this. I love Canelo. I've been watching him since he was little, 12, 14 years old. I'm Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped believing in my boy because I started to see how he was starting to get, just like a road down the street, brand new road, he got paved.
Mm-hmm.
His career's been paved. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Canelo doesn't say, I want to fight Benavidez, Charlo. Remember Julio Cesar Chavez? That guy had 10 in the bag and two more champions to go. Pernell Whitaker, he had Meldrick Taylor, he had all the Camacho, he had all the guys.
But your point is Canelo has a paved road for him in the sport of boxing. Is that what you're
absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, he's the favorite.
There's no
but
there is no
go ahead.
There is no way. There is no freaking way. Canelo leaves backdoor money from PBC and declines a deal with El Heyman and Benavidez and the Charlo brothers. This motherfucker would have got $200 million of the back end. There's no fucking way he does not take that fucking fight. Just the fucking back end money made my fucking nutsack come, bro. That motherfucking Canelo knows Benavidez and Charlo will put a fucking ass whipping, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Excuse me, my brother, but
listen, there's nothing wrong with you feeling that way. Thank you so much for calling in, bro. We got some other calls coming in.
Thank you, sir.
Shout out to Face of Boxing. Nothing wrong with you feeling that way. Again, there's nothing wrong with anyone having their opinion. It doesn't make me any never mind. There's nothing wrong with that. Whether you agree with it or not. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, my boy? My name's Alonzo from San Diego.
Alonzo from San Diego. Talk to me, Alonzo. What you want to talk about, fam?
Okay, just one thing real quick. Just wanted to address the narrative channels, a point that they try to persuade people. Real quick and real small point. Each time a Black American fighter gets in trouble in the United States, the narrative channels like to say, hey, what about Kovalev? Whoopty, whoopty, whoop, 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 whoop. What about Casemiro? He did this, domestic violence. I need to address these narrative channels. Those guys aren't American. Those guys, usually the majority of the United States don't know who they are. They don't go on hip-hop podcasts. They don't appear in rappers' videos. The general young public don't know who Kovalev and Casemiro is. So I hate it when they try to make a narrative that it's, that they're out there to get the Black American athlete. So that's the only thing I wanted to say. And great job, Coach. I'm glad I'm tuning in, man. That's all I wanted to say. All
right, shout out to Alonzo from San Diego, man. Salute to you, my brother. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Over here, guys, I like to hear from all schools of thought. If you feel some type of way, you can address it. I have people who subscribe to me. They don't agree with me and they feel some type of way about me. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not one of these narrow-minded, closed-minded people. You see, I don't block people. My moderators may block you, but I don't block people. You see what I'm saying? Irregardless of what you say, because freedom of speech, say what you want to say. If you want to troll, fine. I ain't got no problem with that. You know what I mean? It's not that serious to me. It's not that serious for me, right? I don't get that emotionally invested in it. I'm emotionally separated from this shit. You know what I mean? But I have a bird's eye view of the situation and I'm looking down like this. I'm like, damn, but look at all that confusion going on down there. You know what I mean? So, a person say he feel like Canelo is he turned down the deal with the PBC because he knew that Jamal Charlo and Benavidez are going to beat his ass. If he feels that way, he has a right to feel that way. Whether I agree with it or not is irrelevant. Or whether you agree with it or not is irrelevant. He has a right to his opinion. And that's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. He has a right to his opinion. I have no problem with that. You know what I mean? I don't agree with it, but but it is what it is. It is what it is. There's nothing wrong with it. Now, as for the road being paved, yes, he is the face of boxing. Oscar De La Hoya had the road paved for him. Floyd Mayweather, once he got in that position, he had the road paved for him. Sugar Ray Leonard, the star fighters, when you become a star fighter in the sport, those are the privileges and the perks that come with being a megastar in the sport of boxing or in any sport. Whether it's basketball, LeBron James, NFL, Tom Brady when he was playing, that goes on. Like whoever the biggest football star in Europe, football meaning soccer, whoever the biggest football star, I'm pretty sure they're gonna get some kind of, that's what happens. That's what happens. That's what happens. This brother here say coach didn't like that call. Nah, I didn't have a problem with it. Why wouldn't I like that call? Why wouldn't I like that call? I mean, it doesn't bother me. Shit, I don't have any emotional investment in Canelo. You see what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Phone lines is open though, 530-494-9636. This brother here say Vic G, he said your show is fire. I appreciate that, fam. Appreciate that. Let's see. Akon says, coach, send Vin the number. He thinks the world is against his call. The number's right there, 530-494-9636. Anybody feel some type of way, call in. The number's right there. He says it's not working. That's a lie. It is working. And hold on. This dude, Vin, he said the line is not working. This bullshit. Because I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 people called in. And this is the 20th caller. It's working. Trust me. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Oakland. Jim.
Jim from Oakland. Talk to me. What you want to talk about?
Man, it's just getting ridiculous. All this whining and complaining about who Canelo's picking a fight. Mm-hmm. I mean, the man already signed the contract. It's a done deal.
Right.
He's going to fight whoever he's going to fight for the next year. So what are they going to do? Complain for the next 365 days? Mm-hmm. And what are these fighters going to do? The Benavidez, the Charlos, and the Andrade. They're going to whine and complain for the next year. They're going to sit on their ass and do nothing?
I mean, that seemed to be the plan.
How ridiculous is that? These fools, how much money could they make fighting Canelo versus how much money could they make, in the next year and then line up a fight with him? It just don't make no type of sense. I mean, what happens? God forbid something happens to that man and he dies. Are they just going to retire? Are they going to, walk away from the sport, or does the sport carry on? Because that's what it looks like. It looks like they live and die with this man when they should just focus on their career.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, no, I take that back. I get it. I understand these guys very well. I used to be them. I understand it very well. I get it. I really do. But it is what it is, man. Again, if they hate Canelo, they have a right to hate Canelo. They have a right. For sure. They have a right to wake up every morning, curse, bitch, moan, say we hate Canelo, we can't stand him, F him. They have a right to say that. This is America. They have a right to say that. Me personally, I don't have.
But see, my question is, do they hate Canelo or do they hate the sport of boxing? Because everything Canelo's doing is in relation to the sport of boxing. The way boxing's been ran for the last 20, 30 years? So what's the problem? You know what I mean? Yeah. Either, hate it or love it, but man, it is what it is.
I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? This is the day and time that we're living in the sport of boxing. You got a bunch of feminized beta males in the sport of boxing right now. And it's probably always been like that. It's just that what it is it's social media now. So because of social media, it allows everybody a platform to really let more people see it. And I get it. I understand. I understand. I'm not trying to change anybody's mind neither way, whether left or right. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not trying to change anybody's mind. I want to give everybody a platform. Something they want to say. We're going to be respectful. Other than that, that's it. That's all I care about. But as it relates to the subject matter, I noticed that no one talks about the subject matter. I've been like me, I have a marketing background. I want to say this before you go. When I do a show, I automatically know what are certain keywords that's going to get, and certain keywords are trigger words that's going to get people riled up. I know who's going to come, what mentality is going to come, who's going to call, just basically because I've done my homework. So I know, I get it, I understand.
Yeah.
But salute to you, Jim from Oakland, man. Thank you so much, brother, for calling in, okay? Salute to you, fam.
All right, for sure, Coach. Keep doing your thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to Jim from Oakland. I get it. I get it. Trust me, I get it. You know what I mean? I get it, man. I get it.
But this ball been taking the easy matches. Fight another ball.
Yeah. Hold on. When the brother say he can't call. Now, I don't have 20 calls so far. Nothing wrong with the line. If you in the UK, you can call through WhatsApp. If you're in the UK, you can call through WhatsApp. We ain't ducking no smoke. Anybody want to call in? Call in. Shout out to Ant. Yeah, Ant. Yeah, thank you, bro, for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
And so I called in early. Yes, sir, I got you right here, my brother. He said, just adding to the support. You put me on that Hagler Mugabe, bro. That's one of my favorite fights of all time. I'm Hagler Mugabe. I'm young, so I wasn't hip. One of the best fights I've seen. Yes, sir. That Hagler Mugabe, bro. Hagler Mugabe, Roberto Duran versus Iran Barkley. Hell, yeah, I can think of quite a few. Fights. My main man, not B-Hop, but James like South Tony had. Bro, like, we can go on and on, man. You know, I love Marvin Hagler. That's my guy there. I ain't gonna lie. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Dash Oliver, calling from Connecticut.
Okay, Darius. You say Darius Oliver?
Dash Oliver.
Okay, Dash Oliver, calling from Connecticut. Talk to me.
Yeah, man, I'm just calling to say, man, the show is fire, man. I love the show. I'm saying I've been watching probably for like a month and a half now, and like you on point, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just calling to support the show. And as far as that, the comment the dude said about Canelo being paid,
yes, sir.
That's not true. That's not true. Canelo had probably the best. Canelo probably got the best resume in boxing, hands down. So that wasn't true. But
I mean, to be honest with you, brother, when I look at it, I see a guy, regardless of how. See, my thing is this here. I understand people feel some type of way personally, right? I try not to get into the emotions of another man, right? I'm not gonna get wrapped up in the emotions of another man. Just because someone else is angry, don't mean I have to be angry. Just because someone hates Dash Oliver doesn't mean that I have to hate Dash Oliver. You see what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let someone else's emotions. I'm not gonna get caught up in the whirlwind of someone else's emotions. I'm not gonna do that. What I see a guy who's fought 19 world champions. He's fought 7 undefeated world champions, and he's in the process of fighting another world champion. And over the past 11 months, he's fought back-to-back champions, right? He's in the process of fighting another champion in the light heavyweight division. He fought two undefeated champions last year. That's what I see. 3 undefeated champions back to back to back. Now, whether you feel like that, you don't like the way he moving, you feel like he could have fought a middleweight, a guy that's at 160 pounds, you feel like he should have fought David Benavidez, you have a right to feel that way. There's nothing wrong with that. But when I look at it and I say, dog, this is what this guy's doing, and no one else is doing it.
Exactly.
No one else is doing it. That's all I'm saying.
He's only one person. He only can fight one person at a time.
Right.
And so, like, when people get mad, like, if you don't fight who you want him to fight, when you want him to fight him, that's on you. Because he's only one person.
Right. And when and Dash, thank you so much for calling in, my brother. Let me give you a round of applause, man. Salute to my brother Dash for calling from Connecticut, man. I appreciate you, fam. I really do. Appreciate Dash for calling in. And the thing is this. You guys know my motto. If you tell me this guy got to fight King Kong, Gamera, Godzilla, Piccolo, Vegeta, everybody from Dragon Ball Z, Frieza, he got to fight Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, Megatron, the Dinobots, the Decepticons, the Autobots. If he has to be the one to fight all these other guys, what in the fuck the guys, like, what the fuck the other dudes gonna fight? What are they gonna do? That's all I'm saying. Are they, like he can't, he got to fight all of them at one night? Like, this shit don't make no sense, bro. I get it. I understand. You hate the guy. I get it. You hate the guy. And you passionate about your hate. And I understand. I get it. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's going on, Coach? This is Gustavo Morales calling from Houston, Texas.
You say Gustavo?
Yeah, Gustavo with a G.
Yes, sir. Gustavo, you calling from Texas. Talk to me, fam. What you want to talk about?
Yes, sir, man. I just want to say I appreciate your channel, man, and everything that you do. As far as the boxing fan, I'm not I like Canelo. I like a whole bunch of fighters, man. And I like how you expose these narrative-based. I love how you talk about the victim mentality. That got a lot to do with it. But you can really see you can really see it. Like, I feel like they're working like those channels. Like, I like how you call out the Blue Bloods and all those people, Dante, Nathan and whatever. Like, it just feels like they're getting paid by the PBC. Like, they're too on top of, like, they're always with the criticism. Like, I don't know, man. It seems like they're getting paid, and I feel like Canelo's move is I mean, as a fan, of course, like you say, I want to watch the Charlo fight. Do I believe he's going to beat Charlo? Yeah. Would I still want to watch it? Hell yeah. Why not? Right? I'm from Houston.
I want to see that fight. I want to see that fight bad, bro. I'm not going to lie, because
man, tell me about it.
The reason I want to see that fight so bad is because everybody wants to see that. We want to see if the narrative is true. I want to see if Jamal Charlo and Canelo can get in the ring together. If Jamal Charlo can beat Canelo, then you know what? The narrative was true. He was afraid of ducking or whatever Jamal Charlo, right? Even though he offered him a contract in 2019, but we're just gonna put that aside. That doesn't mean anything. And Jamal Charlo turned it down, but they forget that part. But I want to see that fight to put everything to bed, to rest. Because now I'm gonna tell you, I know these guys very well. And I'm going to tell you something my mother taught me a long, long time ago before she passed away. She said, son, let me explain something to you. When someone doesn't like you, there's nothing that you can do to make them like you.
Right.
These people hate Canelo Alvarez with a passion.
And coach, and sorry to interrupt, but you know what it is? It's a scheme. It's a plan. It's organized. PBC is behind it. PBC is they have all these fighters, and you said it many times before. They want to keep Caleb Plant unblemished, so Canelo could fight him payday, and PBC gets paid. They want to keep Charlo unblemished, so he gets paid. They want to keep David Benavidez unblemished, so he gets paid. So it's really a scheme, a marketing scheme that, and Canelo sees it. And I love how he came out and said, why don't y'all fight each other? I'll fight you motherfuckers. I got no problem with that.
Right.
I'll fight y'all. But why don't y'all fight each other? Because he knows PBC is trying to make money off of him. He knows that PBC is trying to get as much as they can out of him. So that's why you don't see Charlo fight for a whole year, to protect his own. That's why you don't see him against top 5 160-pounders, to protect his own. Same thing with Caleb Plant. Same thing with David Benavidez. And I appreciate David Benavidez for coming out and saying, hell, I'll fight Bubo Andre. I'll fight him. Canelo didn't fight him. I'll fight him. That's what it's going to take, man. And it's going to take these guys to make their own legacy, to collect belts in here in this division, to jump up 2 divisions, to grab a belt here, and not so much chase Canelo. Like if you chase something, it's gonna take wings and fly away from you in a sense. And again, I don't believe that nobody's scared to fight anybody, man. I don't believe Charlo's afraid of Canelo or Canelo's afraid. Man, these motherfuckers get punched in the face for a living. You think they afraid of each other? Nah.
Yeah, I don't think no fighter's afraid of each other. None of them.
No, not at all, man. And I know they're gonna go into it hungry as hell, but it's a plan. And if you're a true boxing fan, you could see it. All these channels, they trying to persuade people, so they make Canelo and his organization feel forced. That's what they're doing. That's why Canelo straight up, man, I'm busy for the whole year. Y'all figure out what y'all gonna do for the whole year. And man, that was smooth as shit. That was smooth as shit. Like, bro, for the rest of the year, I'm done. Y'all boys figure out what y'all gonna do for the rest of this year, and I'll come back to y'all after that. He ain't saying I'm not gonna fight y'all. He said the opposite. I will fight y'all. But why don't y'all motherfuckers go ahead and have a little tournament against yourself, and I'll fight the winner, and then I'll fight the second best guy. But there's no build up to that. There's no, man. It's boring on the PBC side, but because like you said it plenty of times. When you look at the 147 division, man, they're fighting nothing but in-house fights. Nothing but in-house fights. So why the hell they not doing the same shit in the 160, 168-pound division? Because they want to keep their O so they can go to Canelo and say, I got this O to offer you. Will you take it for me? That's going to be $10 million. That's going to be $8 million. And guess who's getting that money? Al Heyman. He's a businessman. He knows what's going on. And Canelo knows what's going on. You know what's going on. True boxing fans know what's going on. True boxing fans know what's going on. It's really those stupid people that can hear this and take into the race and take into he's dodging black undefeated. Man, he fought the best fucking black undefeated fighter in the world, Floyd Mayweather. Like, it just don't make no sense. And I appreciate you applying pressure to these dudes and calling it bullshit for what it is. Because, man, you on top of it. You killing the game right now. You shedding light to where it's all bullshit, and you calling it for what it is. You pulling the weeds out of the garden, and you killing it, man. You killing it, coach. We appreciate you.
Hey, Gustavo, man, salute to you, fam, calling from Texas, man. Give my brother a round of applause, Gustavo.
All right, boss.
Everybody,
hey, this ain't gonna be the first time I call.
Yes, sir. Everybody don't feel the way you feel, but thank you. Shout out to Alex Corona. Sorry about that, fam. For dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Alex said, "Nah, coach. They want him to be like Oprah. You get a fight. You get a fight. You get a fight. Everyone gets a fight. Man, you know it is what it is." Arlette says, "Coach, you forgot Bumblebee." No, I said Bumblebee. I didn't say Bumblebee. I thought I said Bumblebee. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. You see what I'm saying? Again, guys, I'm not a part of everybody has to love Canelo fan club. I'm not a part of everyone has to love Terrence Crawford fan club. Everyone has to love Tyson Fury or Anthony Joshua fan club. I love the sport of boxing more than I love a particular fighter. And what makes me love the sport is when I see the best fighters fight the best fighters. I love the debates. I love the respectable arguments. I don't like the threats. I don't like the, name, bitch ass nigga, when I see you, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Certain channels, and I got some for them too. I got some smoke for their ass. Certain channels, all of them in some way, form, or fashion, all of them, they have these radical bases, and some of the channels, just the channels alone, they threaten people, say they're going to do this and do that. These guys do not have a history of doing anything to anybody. No one is going to do anything to anybody. It's just a bunch of beta male, effeminized, overly emotional beta males is talking. That's all they do. When they get upset, they go to threatening, yelling, and screaming. Nothing is going to happen. Because when I do my research, I see nothing has happened to anyone online. It's just a bunch of talk. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Good. It's EPL Panther, fam. How you doing?
EPL, talk to me, fam. Where you from?
What's good, fam? I just wanted to chime in on this topic.
Where you calling from?
Right now, Brooklyn, fam. Brooklyn.
All right, Brooklyn, stand up. Brooklyn. Yeah. Johnny. Oh, no. Michael Kaufman's from Brooklyn. Y'all don't want to claim Michael Kaufman. Okay. All right, go ahead.
Listen. I want to chime in on the topic, man. Listen, Canelo's a good fighter. Take nothing away from him, but we can't deny the facts. The fact still remains. He's ducking Benavidez.
Okay.
He's ducking Boo Boo.
Okay.
And he's cherry picking all the weak fighters from Europe.
Okay.
There's too many belts. Obviously, you're gonna fight champions. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like every division has like 4 champions.
And if you listen, if you feel that way, guess what? There's nothing wrong with you feeling that way. There's nothing wrong with you feeling that way.
Right. That's
so
what I'm saying.
so my
these fangirls calling it, oh, he's the best ever, he's the best this, he's the best that. Come on, man. He's not the best.
So this
he lost to the best.
Yeah, this is my question I have for you. He's ducking Benavidez.
Yeah, I'm driving right now.
Yeah, okay. No, he's ducking Benavidez. According to you, he's ducking Benavidez, he's ducking Charlo. So since he's ducking Benavidez and ducking Charlo, what should Benavidez and Charlo do?
No, he's not ducking Charlo. He's not even worried about Charlo. He's ducking Boo Boo Andrade.
Okay.
And he's ducking Benavidez.
Okay, he's ducking Andrade, he's ducking on Benavidez. So my question is, now that that's been established, he's ducking them. What should those guys that he's ducking, what should they do?
I agree with you. Benavidez said it himself. He wants all the smoke with David Plant, Caleb Plant. Benavidez knows what's up. He knows he's not going to get that fight.
Mm-hmm. So you are of the opinion. So
Benavidez is realizing it. Boo Boo has to realize it, and he's got to clean house at 160.
Okay. Yeah, now Boo Boo moved up to 168. He's a super middleweight now.
Right, after not getting the fight. Right.
Mm-hmm.
He's still chasing Canelo, though, at 168.
Right. He's still chasing Canelo. So do you feel that Boo Boo Andrade and Jamal Charlo should have fought at 160? 2 champions?
Yeah, that'd be a crazy fight. That'd be a really good fight. I would definitely pay to see that.
There's
a lot of good fights.
Is there a reason why those guys never fought each other, in your opinion?
Because they all want the payday. Canelo said it best. They all want the payday. They all know Canelo got his eyes. Everyone got their eyes on Canelo. Everyone's gonna pay. Mm-hmm. Why fight each other when you can fight Canelo one time and make as much money as you can with like 4 fights?
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. So,
they're all after money. It is a business at the end of the day.
All right, so EPL, thank you so much, brother. When you say from calling from Brooklyn, right? Shout out to Brooklyn, man. BK in the house.
Yeah, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. BK in the house. All right, man. Hey, man, we gonna wrap the show up. We gonna wrap the show up. You know what I mean? We've been going for over 3 hours. We gonna wrap the show up, man. Today was a hell of a show. When I go back and I listen to the hold on, we got one more call calling in. When I listen to the rebroadcast of this show, woo, this shit here is gonna be, bro. When I listen to the rebroadcast, y'all, but this is gonna be something else. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Yo, this is David from Maryland. What's going on, Coach? How you doing?
I'm doing good, brother. David from Maryland. Talk to me, fam. What you want to talk about, my brother?
Yes. So my whole thing is, why do they have to fight each other to get to Canelo when they've been calling them out since '54? I'm talking about Charlo and I'm talking about Boo Boo.
Yeah, I'm not saying that they have to fight each other. My thing is this: if Canelo has to fight Andrade, he got to fight Charlo, he has to fight Benavidez, he has to fight whoever those say that they want to see him fight. He has to fight all of those guys. My thing is this here. Mm-hmm. What responsibility do you put on those guys if they can't get Canelo? Let's say you feel Canelo is running.
But they've been keeping busy though.
Okay.
But they've been fighting. They've been fighting, right? They've been keeping busy. Like they fight and they also call Canelo out at the same time. But let me put it from this perspective, right?
Okay.
Didn't Canelo sign like a 10 fight, $365 million deal? The zone at one point, remember that?
Yeah, when he was with De La Hoya. Yeah, I don't know the details of the contract. So to be honest with you, I don't know.
Right. It was a long-term deal, a whole bunch of fights, and you had Triple G under the same banner, which he fought, and then you also had Boo Boo, who had a belt, which he needed to be undisputed at 160.
Okay.
So wouldn't you think that fight would have been easier to make as opposed to him saying, "Oh, I'm just gonna jump up to 68." To avoid, I'm gonna become a franchise champion, jump this belt, and jump up another weight class. You feel me?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they both of them were with the zone. I feel like that fight should have been easy to be made. But like you said before, it's a business. So for whatever the business ramifications of it, why Canelo didn't want to fight him, or you felt like he ducked Andrade, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not even arguing any of that. My question is, this is my question though. Now that Canelo is busy for the rest of the year, Canelo is not fighting Jamal Charlo. Canelo is not fighting David Benavidez. Canelo is not fighting Demetrius Andrade as of now, so that I know of. So my question is this. Regardless of whatever conclusion you come to, Canelo ducking, he's afraid, this and that, whatever the case may be, what should the other guys do? Should they continue to wait on Canelo, cry, say he's ducking them, he doesn't want to fight them, or should they fight each other? Champions fighting champions. What say you?
Well, first off, they all have fights lined up, right?
Right.
They all have fights lined up, so they don't need. It's not like they're fully chasing. Yes, they want to fight Canelo, but they got fights lined up. Like for example, Boo Boo Andre has a fight lined up to be the mandatory for the 68 strap. Which, my personal opinion, once he wins that fight, Canelo's going to go up and vacate that belt anyway.
Okay.
So Boo Boo's already creating his legacy by becoming on pace to becoming a 3-division world champion.
Okay,
right? Charlo, you're right about him. You're right about Charlo. Like, he needs to figure out what he needs to do. And Benavidez is the same thing. He's calling out for, like, listen, I'll fight Andrade. But I don't know if his manager feels the same way. But
his manager doesn't feel the same way.
That's either here or there.
The manager doesn't feel the same. His manager said that he needs more money. And I don't get into the money aspect of it, but he said we need more money to fight Andrade than we are asking for to fight Canelo.
Exactly. So to me, it's like, yo, Canelo could fight. Canelo could go in the ring with a punching bag, and his fans will still pay for that fight. Pay to watch him do that. So to me, it doesn't matter who he gets in the ring with. They're calling him out because he's the top dog. Like, listen, if you're the top dog, I feel like I'm period.
All right, so in a perfect world, you feel like that, what did you want to see in a perfect world? In a perfect world today, what do you want to see right now? Give me a list of fights that you want Canelo to fight right now, today. Give me a list of fights. Give me a list of fights who you want to see Jamal Charlo fight. Who you want to see? Give me three. Give me three from each fighter.
All right, so I'll give you 3 fights. So in the perfect world, I would say Boo Boo, if he was to stay at 160, I like to see him fight Triple G, get that strap, unified 160, and then him fight Murata, whoever just unify that whole division, right? And then at that point, him versus Charlo for undisputed, right? Because Charlo got the 160 strap, right?
You got a WBC strap.
Then I like to see, then at that point, they can do what they want, whether they want to move to 168 and go after Canelo, whatever they want to do, right? But at the end of the day, they've been calling them out forever. And they're like, listen, if Canelo don't want to fight me, Triple G, fight me. Oh, no, he don't want to fight me? I got to fight whoever signs up. That's the game.
All right, so what about, so now you gave me, so the list you want Canelo to fight is Andrade, who else?
Andrade, Benavidez, for sure. Okay. Benavidez will be a huge fight.
Okay, give me one more. So
right?
So Andrade, Benavidez, and who else? Or just those two?
Yo, Benavidez.
Okay.
Benavidez.
Okay, Benavidez.
Right, Benavidez. That'll be an easy fight to make too.
You talking about light heavyweight?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh yeah.
All right, so now who do you want to see Jamal Charlo fight? Give me 3 fighters.
3 fights. Jamal Charlo, I like to see him fight Boo Boo because that's long overdue.
Okay.
Right. I like to see him fight Canelo. That wouldn't be a bad fight as well because he's been calling Canelo out forever.
Okay.
There's a lot of speculation on that 2019. When did he offer him that contract? There's a lot of speculation behind that, and we know. Right, and we know Canelo has a lot of stipulations with his fight contracts, like hydration clauses and all that stuff.
Okay.
Right. And the third one, I don't know, man. I mean, shit, I can't call it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So, who would you want to see? Who would you want to see Benavidez fight? Canelo. Well, I know Canelo.
Yeah,
Canelo. Give me the other two.
Have him fight Canelo.
Give me the other two.
Yeah, have him fight Canelo. And I like to see Benavidez go up to 75. He's naturally a big dude.
So you want to see him? So you want to see him fight
the dogs up there?
You want to see him fight Canelo? Then you want to see him move up the light heavy after he fights Canelo and fight any other champions at 175?
Exactly, because he's naturally bigger. Okay. So.
All right, brother. Well, we'll see how that works out. We'll see how that works out.
We'll see. I mean, listen.
Yeah, we'll see how that works out. So thank you for calling, David. You from Maryland, right? David from Maryland. Salute to you, fam. Salute to you, fam. I appreciate the call.
Yeah, too, man. I love the show, man. Shows your stuff is dope, man. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Phone lines are shut down. Phone lines are shut down. Boy, the goddamn boy, we went 3.5 hours. Bro, listen, we talk Canelo. It's a 3.5 hour show. A 3.5. So this tells me that the boxing fans are very passionate about this guy, whether they love this guy or hate this guy. When I go back and listen to the rebroadcast of this show, I'm going to learn a whole lot. The race guys. Let's give everybody a round of applause. I think I'm the only YouTube channel, black YouTube channel, that get hate from black people, Hispanics, whites, and Asians. I get hate from 4 different races that don't like me. It is what it is. You know how we do it, guys. We're gonna give everybody OJ Juman style. Let's give everybody know how we do it. Let's make it do what they do. To wrap up the show, I say this. If you feel that Canelo is racist, he don't want to fight black fighters, and he's ducking other black fighters and other Hispanic fighters, and these guys have been chasing him for years, and these guys are not going to get to fight with Canelo, because he's going to keep ducking and dodging and running. If you feel that way, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. If this is the way you truly feel, why don't you try the opposite and say, okay, listen, I've been in the middleweight division for 5 years. I have fought 0 champions. I have not tried to fight any of the other champions. I had an opportunity to fight a champion in 2019, the guy who's everyone saying that is ducking me, and I turned down the contract that was confirmed by Jamel Charlo, right? So now Canelo is off the table for the rest of the year. I asked the brother, who do you want to see them fight next? Because if you're not going to fight Canelo next, then they got to do something. If you're not going to hold those guys accountable, and what I'm seeing is this, I'm seeing that there's a different standard for the Benavidez, the Charlos, and the other guys. I'm seeing it's a different standard. That's what I obsess. I've been listening very intently, try not to interrupt anyone. I wrote some notes down. When I go back and listen to the replay of this show, I'm going to learn a whole goddamn lot. But I'm the only black guy on YouTube that's hated passionately by black people. My own people who look like me hate me with their passion. Certain white boxing fans hate me with their passion. Certain Hispanic boxing fans hate me with their passion. And certain Asian boxing fans hate me with their passion. Guess what? Fuck every last one of you. I give 2 fucks about you. Other than that, that's it. It's about Coach Malachi Williams. Let's give them give a shout out. Shout out to Cassidy. Shout out to Cassidy. Salute to Cassidy. Make it do what it do. Shout out to Tony Boswell. Shout out to Troy Graham. Salute to AB Sound. Shout out to George H. Alex Corona. Shout out to Kathy W. Shout out to Dean West. Shout out to Jim 82. Shout out to Dragon Leg. 2 Matador. CB3. Shout out to Miguel Chartico. Salute to Carmen Serene. Juan Carrillo. Shout out to Arnold Moketsi. Major Key Boxing. Salute Jay Miller. Will Sargentson. Salute. Be safe over there, fam. Shout out to Here to There. True Gritter 402. Malcolm Roach. Hair Hero Elite. Jay Rodriguez. Folabon. Philo 58, Ralph Reacts, Ron Boy Fresh, my brother from DC. Shout out to Dantes. What's going on, fam? Big Ron, Ronald Finkley, Charles N. Shout out to Chick. Shout out to Hector. Salute to Damian Bennett. Salute to Lonnie Laughlin. Shout out to the Queen Lil Green Eyes P. Shout out to my brother Charlo. Shout out to Ahmed. Shout out to Jack Wadatama. Shout out to Knockdown 305. Shout out to Thomas Jones. Shout out to Jason Dockery. Shout out to Fistiana Fights. Shout out to the Queen. Shout out to the Queen Misfit. Salute to you, sis. Shout out to my brother, man, Retro Boss in the documentaries. I got to get my brother on here so we can talk about Marvin Hagler. Want to try to do that by tomorrow or Friday. Tomorrow, Thursday. I'm going to hit him up as soon as this show is over with. Shout out to Schoolo X-Man. Shout out to my brother, Mark Nash from the ATL. Salute to Rider of the Storm. Shout out to Carl Hansen. Shout out to Philly Fly. Shout out to Adrian Big 30. Shout out to Bless 365, the Queen. Shout out to A. Sneed. Salute to Paul Evans. Shout out to Mr. Pad. Salute to the Queen Arlette. Shout out to the Queen Lisa Bells. Shout out to my brother James Brown, my main man from Detroit, Smith & West, and my brother Punch Perfect Boxing out there in the UK. And there's another brother who just signed up, became a member today. I gave him a round of applause. And salute to, as a matter of fact, now we got new members. Salute to Frankly Sherry. Dang, Frankly Sherry has been one of my biggest detractors. I'm shocked that you became a member. I really am shocked. Shout out to Elf Society is a new member. Shout out to Bernard Burton. That's a new member. Shout out to Mike from Boston. Give all of them a round of applause. It is what it is, man. Other than that, that's it. This that boy Coach Malachi Williams signing out. Let's hit this here one time, man.
You're begging me not to leave. And I refuse to let you go.
I am the guy that all races apparently love to hate, including my own kind. My own kind. I'll be damned. It's cool. It is what it is. I'm cool with it. Other than that, that's it. That's about Coach Malachi Williams signing out. New Minute Today USA Boxing. If I said something today that pissed you off, tune in tomorrow. I promise you I will say something else that will piss you off even more. Other than that, you know my motto. Don't meet me there, beat me there. Peace.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.